Back on Tiger pregame, joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice, as the Tigers head on the road to face the Abilene Cowboys this season. Coach, last Friday night, it's homecoming, exciting. We talked about leading up to the game, what it had as far as implications in league play, and you had won 3 straight. And then you guys come away with a loss, disappointing loss, because truly you were in position to make some plays. Some things happened and didn't go your way, but you guys did good work on the field. Just some things kind of stepped you backwards a few times.
Yeah, then looking at it, we talked about we need to have 300 yards of offense, and we need to come out on the plus side with the turnovers. And unfortunately, we had 5 turnovers. And then also our open field tackling was not real good. And so that created a couple things for them. But, we sat there, it was 12-8 at the half. Caleb Mendham had that explosive kick return. And then we really thought we came out, we got them to go 3 and out. Drove down the field, and then had that unfortunate turnover at their 2-yard line, and that kind of really seemed to swing the game.
You mentioned Caleb Mendham. We've seen him get in the open field a couple of times this year, and you talked about him being pad fast, meaning when he's in the pads, he's maybe as fast, if not faster, it looks like, than he is without pads. It truly is fun to watch a guy that can go do that.
It is, and just, there's football speed, there's track speed, and Caleb's on the field. I mean, he's not slowing down one bit. So, just a credit to him, he's been able to make some of those real explosive plays for us.
As you guys get ready for tonight's matchup against Abilene, I think the way you put it on the locker room show is a disappointing Friday night, not hard to get back up for the week ahead when you're playing the Cowboys. Let's talk about weather to start with. It is expected to be a swamp, a quagmire, if you will, a mud fest. I know Abilene, as you were telling us earlier, has put a lot of money into their field. They think it'll take on a lot of water, but we're talking a great deal of water being taken on. How do you guys kind of address the situation? You can say just handle it, but you got to have some type of plan, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, there's an awful lot of logistics to go into, how many game footballs are you going to have in a mix? How are you going to attempt to keep them dry? Can we dry them during the course of the game? Our cameras, all of our equipment, can we keep that stuff under canopies? Try to keep our players. It doesn't sound like it's going to be cold necessarily, but, keep the players on the sideline into it and ready to go. And then, when it comes down to it, both teams are playing in it. So, we always talk about the green light mentality. You can only control the things that are within your circle. And so, when the whistle blows and it's time to go, both teams are in it, and, we just got to come out and execute.
Let's talk about what the Cowboys bring at you this season. They're struggling. Their record is not what we've been used to. What do you see when you look at them on film?
They've been a team, they've been up and down. Last week against Concordia, that score really wasn't, an indication of how that game went. Tight game at half, big third quarter turnover, and things got away from them in the third quarter. They lead our league in all offensive categories, so they're very explosive. They'll come out with heavy personnel and run the ball, then they'll spread it and get you out into space. They're an up and down team. If they get some things going, they play really well. They've just hit some of those points during the game where they've kind of imploded a little bit, and so hopefully we're playing well enough to force that.
Last gear up before district play begins a week from tonight. Crazy to think the final 3 weeks of the season approach that soon. Coaches, always appreciate the time. Go get them tonight.
All right, thanks a lot.
Back with more on pregame in just a moment.
Did you capture a protein premium on your wheat this season? If not, it may be time to reconsider what you're planting. Oldie Seed is introducing several new varieties that will provide excellent yield and protein potential, and all varieties meet the Oldie Gold standard. Wheat technology is evolving, and planting one of the Oldie Seed top-yielding varieties or blends this season is the first step in achieving higher yields and increased income. Contact Oldie Seed today.
Here's a tech tip from Blue Valley Telecommunications. Do you know what bandwidth is, or megabytes? Bandwidth is the amount of information your internet connection can move. It's described in megabytes or megs. How much bandwidth you need depends upon how many devices you have and what you're going to use your internet for. Your bandwidth speed is split when it enters into your house. If you have only a 5 meg connection with 5 users, each user could end up getting only 1 meg, which can cause things to load really slowly. If you have questions about your speed, give us a call, 877-876-1228.
Fellow Clay Centerites, the Union State Bank sign is fixed. Downtown Clay Center can continue as normal. It's these time-old traditions like Union State Bank clock that we rely on. Just like we've relied on Union State Bank for the last 116 years to always be the pillar of downtown Clay Center. Isn't it nice you can count on the same bank name, the same faces at your local bank? Union State Bank, member FDIC.
October is National Physical Therapy Month, and the staff at Clay County Medical Center can help improve or restore the mobility you need to move forward with your life. I'm Aaron Proctor, physical therapist. Physical therapists diagnose and treat people of all ages, including newborns, children, and elderly individuals. If you are looking for a possible alternative to surgery or medication because of pain, injury, or other medical conditions such as stroke or arthritis, consult your physician or contact our office to request an evaluation.
In this risky market, does your farm have the protection it needs? Farmers Union Insurance is committed to providing our farm families with complete insurance solutions for every operation, large or small. We have products to cover everything from crops to combines, homes to barns, autos to auto steer and your tractors. Our products will help manage your risk and keep you protected from the unknown. Give me, Jim Gearhan, a call at 632-3264 or stop by our office at 426 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Clay Center. We are proud to support the Tiger Athletics.
And good evening. Welcome to Abilene. Clay Center Tigers and the Abilene Cowboys getting set to go on a football Friday night along with our studio engineer, Bernie Fancello. We have Randy Chet Carlson alongside Zach T-Dog Elzinga rocking down with you on this football Friday. And it's Abilene week. You know, there's a lot of rivalries in high school football, and they get blood boiling, and it should. That's what rivalries are about. For Chet Carlson, I will tell you this, driving as we crossed the Dickinson County line, your blood pressure rose, and I could feel the heat coming across from the seat next to me, Chet.
You know, it just happens. If it's football and if we're going to Abilene, there's a lot of reasons that it happens, but it happens. And it's been happening for now more than 40 years for me. And it happens for a lot of other people, too. Rivalries are great. You know, different people from Clay Center have a rivalry with different schools, but mine's Abilene, and it happens. And, you know, I'm here ready to go.
It was interesting walking in. Zach, who, of course, was a big part of the Clay Center Tigers, looked out at the field, and you've only played here probably one time in your high school career. Is that right?
Yep, one time. The other 2 times we played them were back in Clay Center.
Yeah, we had a back-to-back year. It was an odd situation when the schedule set up that direction. Now, we said earlier in the week that there was a possibility the Tigers and Abilene Cowboys wouldn't play again because of the restructuring of the classification next year. They will play again, but in week 1, how odd will that be?
That will be really, really weird. You know, weird for anybody that's been around the program from either town. But, yeah, we open up week 1 against Abilene at Clay Center.
Yeah, it'll be an odd start to the season. Of course, a completely different reconfiguration. The classifications have every NCKL school in football playing in Class 3A except these Abilene Cowboys. They'll be in 4A, so that's why the separation is going to take place. And, in fact, across the state of Kansas, high school football will no longer have league play.
Right.
Just in general, they will not be a part. There will be no league champions in high school football in the state of Kansas next year. Isn't that strange?
Well, that's really strange. And then I'm going to let you explain the second half of that, where always in the past we talked about the real season. The second season is the last 3 games of the season with district play. Take that handoff, would you?
Well, in fact, the district play begins a week from tonight at Chapman for the Clay Center Tigers. That's week 1 of 3 district games. Next year,
right,
it's a 6-team district situation in Class 3A. And for the Tigers, they are going south. They're District 5. They will not play Concordia next year. Clay Center Tigers, Concordia Panthers will not meet on the football field next year.
Which is great.
It's weird. Concordia goes west, so they got like Colby and Goodland, and I mean, they're way out west. For the Tigers, they've got some teams they're familiar with. Smoky Valley will be in our district, Rock Creek, but some new players in the game. They go to Halstead, and they go to Heston next year.
The Swathers. We're going to play the Swathers.
Swathers and Dragons, yeah. So it really is a changing of the guard. One of the reasons we want to talk about this a little bit is right now the Tigers are still in the mix for what is going to be the very last, until they reboot it again, I guess in another way of classification. But right now, this will be the last North Central Kansas League football championship year. And the Tigers right now are tied with Marysville and Concordia.
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of parity in this league right now. Anybody can win it, and I think there's a lot of equality. As you line up all these different teams, anybody can beat anybody on any given night. Marysville has kind of been in the driver's seat in a lot of people's eyes, but talk about a team that has taken advantage of the turnovers. 4 with us, 5 with Wamego. Those scores will permanently be in the record books as a final score, but talk about the plus-minus on the turnovers, and that's what was the key in both of those games.
Add to all of that conversation we've already thrown at you as far as the NCKL and Clay Center Abilene meeting up. Marysville, by the way, doesn't play till tomorrow. They host Chapman at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So a lot of games changing because of the impending weather that's expected. For the Clay Center Tigers and Coach Todd Rice, he has one win against the Abilene Cowboys. That was back in 2012. He's 1-9, I believe, his record. The Tigers have lost 11 of the last 12 games to the Abilene Cowboys. Marysville hadn't won against Abilene since 2014. Marysville beat them. Concordia got them last week. Right now, Abilene is struggling, but they're a dangerous team, Chet. They can light it up offensively. They've had some games that kind of slipped away from them late in the second half that could have gone either way. This is a team that the Tigers hope to keep pinned down and not give them an escape route.
Well, I never have to even read the roster to think Abilene's a dangerous team, because they're going to be a dangerous team every single year coming off that sideline. But when I was looking at their stats, they are dangerous, but they're not dangerous in the same way they've been in the past oftentimes. And, lots of times they've had big, strong, athletic fast guys. A lot of their key players are like under 5'9". I mean, they've got a big 6'4" receiver, and they've got some big linemen. But a lot of their guys that are handling the ball are going to be 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", but boy, are they dangerous.
And they're fast.
Yes, they are.
Really, really fast. Tigers just now taking the field here at Abilene. We're about 4 minutes away from kickoff. The Clay Center Tigers at the Abilene Cowboys on an early edition of your Football Friday. We're back in just a moment.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hassenmake, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full precision ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Cropping System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
Why do we love family? Maybe it's because family's always there for us, supporting us, strengthening us. At the Certified Angus Beef brand, we are family. Family ranchers, dedicated to raising beef of the very highest standards. Standards even USDA Prime doesn't have to meet. Because at the Certified Angus Beef brand, we're family. And that's what family does. Makes everything just a little bit better.
Now available at your local Ray's Apple Market. Certified Angus Beef, where more marbling makes the difference.
Take action now for a successful crop next year. At Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed, we're ready to help you plan for next season's weed control, moisture conservation, and fertilizer needs. For your plan, we'll utilize soil testing and variable seeding rates to come up with site-specific fertilizer and seed systems. Now is a good time to establish your fertilizer and chemical program for productive crops in 2018. Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed, we offer customized solutions to help your crop thrive.
captains meeting at midfield on right now is a perfect football Friday. I mean, weather-wise, everybody's talking about changing game times. It's still impending. We're in a severe thunderstorm watch, and that covers really the entire KCLY community. If we need to break in, we will with weather coverage. Right now, we haven't seen much on the radar. We haven't seen anything here at the stadium. The only thing we're dealing with is kind of a strong south wind chill.
Well, yeah, right now. I mean, you and I have done this so long. People have to sit down and pack a lunch if they want to hear all of our stories of sitting in the rain, you know. But, right now it's just maybe the calm before the storm. Who knows?
Zach, you played in a game. Was it Great Bend? If I got the right location.
Great Bend.
Great Bend was a quagmire. You were on the field that game.
Yeah, they had nice turf field there, and it was still a little slick in that rain.
It was. This will be a different feel if we get the rain here up in the booth than out on the. It's more fun out there, I can tell you that much, than up here in the booth. Captains have met a long time. Chet, do you know what's going on?
No.
I mean, they shook hands. I thought they were done with the coin toss, and now they're still having a real long conversation. Maybe they're talking about the potential weather. I don't know. If that's the case, let's get it going, right?
Exactly. I don't know more about it. I don't know what they're talking about.
I do know this. At halftime, they will go with a 12-minute halftime instead of the normal 15-minute halftime. The coaches and administration met earlier and decided that, so they would try to, you gain 3 minutes on a potential storm, I guess, coming in, but they can make that decision, and it could be the difference.
Well,
in getting out of here.
It absolutely could. All the administrators involved in the decision, to move this game up 2 hours. There comes a little bit more wind right now, which, could be leading something. You just try to take the weather information you're given and make the best decision possible.
And I will say this, the great rivalry, but these guys know each other very, very well. We know the broadcasters. Will Burton, the athletics director at Abilene, does a tremendous job in working with those situations. And now we do have the coin toss. And it's Abilene winning and deferring. Clay Center is going to take the football. This is a kind of a big decision to begin with. Deferring is good because you can get the football in the second half, but you can also choose which end you want to kick from first, Chad. The wind is really barreling out of the south.
Oh, it's a really strong. If you're kicking, you don't want to be kicking from north to south. And Clay Center will be receiving the ball on the north end of the field. Abilene will be kicking from the south.
Clay Center Tigers, Abilene Cowboys, a football Friday here from Cowtown. The Tigers' last regular season game, if you will, still in the hunt for the North Central Kansas League Championship, and really strange to say that Abilene, with one win, they're out of the picture as far as a league title. And they've owned this thing for a long, long time as a credit to their tradition and what they've been able to produce each and every year. But right now it's the Tigers, Marysville, and Concordia with one loss each and wins against each other. Clay Center beat Concordia beat Marysville beat Clay Center. So right now a true tie atop the top of them.
Well, this weekend's going to potentially decide a lot towards that league crown.
Exactly, yeah. With one league game left for the Tigers, a district game next week at Chapman, and then, of course, Smoky Valley and Rock Creek will wrap up the district play in the next 3 weeks ahead. Clay Center Tigers here on a football Friday getting set for the Tasty Pastry kickoff, and they'll have the football to begin offensively. Last week, great numbers. They just didn't take care of the football. 5 turnovers, the difference in that football game last week.
Yeah, and if you are -4 on the turnover scale in a football game, you're going to have a hard time winning that football game. And that's exactly what happened. That's when all the momentum shifted. That's when the score started happening for Marysville. And some of those turnovers they weren't just turnovers, they were in a very bad spot on the field.
Coach Rice puts the board up every week with goals to win the game. And one of those was reach 300 yards offensively. They were 288, so close. And to win the turnover war. I think that's every week. Every coach puts that up. And, of course, they lost it big time. Here's the kickoff from Abilene. The Tasty Pastry kickoff. So we take it back at the 8-yard line. And that is Caleb Mender with a turn up the middle. He's got some room. He gets to the 35 and barrels his way forward to the 40. And the Tigers will take over in great field position on this opening possession.
I tell you what, that was a great return by Caleb Mendham. I'm giving him about 33 yards on that return, going from the 8 to, I think, the 41. Maybe I'm off on that a little bit. But, yeah, he got bulldogged down on that play, and there was only one guy left to stop him before the end zone.
Tigers offensively set at the line of scrimmage. Peyton Lane will go in under center. Cooper Glavin is available tonight, maybe in limited duty, but he is suited and will be able to take the field if need be. Gavin Siebold and Caleb Mendham are your wingbacks to the left and right, respectively. Levi Fitzenmeyer, the lone back behind quarterback Peyton Lane. To the right, Connor Last. To the left is Anthony Atkinson-Inniking. Mindham goes in motion, and it will be an option play. Peyton Lane gets outside left, now gets the block, and he's in the open field. He's to the 30, the 25, 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Tigers! Touchdown, Clay Center Tigers. Option play left opens up wide for big play, Peyton Lane.
I wish I had some numbers to give for blocks on that because he had a lane to run through. It was, it was an option, but it was an easy call. It was an easy read for Peyton because it was wide open. Then it was long and green in front of him. It was just a foot race. 60 yards, one-play drive for Peyton Lane.
Tigers up 6-0 here at Abilene, and they'll go for the two-point conversion as they line up with the same formation, although they do put Atkinson-Inniking tight to the left side. Lane takes it left, rolls right. He wants to pass it, nowhere to go. Now fires in the back of the end zone and fires it up for grabs. Connor Last comes down with it, but out of bounds. Tigers, though, a 60-yard touchdown scamper from Peyton Lane. 20 seconds in, a one-play 60-yard drive. The Tigers lead it 6-0 here in Cowtown.
Are you looking for great pay, consistent work, steady miles, quality time with your family? Then look no further. These are just a few reasons to contact TSI Kansas Incorporated. Add paid health and dental insurance, 401k, vacation and paid holidays, and you can have a great career with TSI Kansas. If you're a qualified truck driver with a Class A CDL and a minimum of 2 years over-the-road experience, we encourage you to apply at TSI Kansas Incorporated. Full and part-time over-the-road positions are available.
Come to Robbins Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat for their summer clearance event going on now. Test drive a new 2017 Ram truck, the longest-lasting truck in America, now priced to move with deep summer discounts and 0% for 72 months. Now is the time to buy. See the complete inventory online at robbinsmotors.com or stop by and see them on West Anderson in Manhattan. Robbins Motor Company is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
How's that for a start for you, Chet Carlson? 60 yards, first play of the game, Peyton Lane to Peter.
I tell you what, we don't get many starts like that, especially on this football field. You go back over the last 1,000 years, we don't have any starts like that. I'm going to take that start anytime. That was great.
Here's the Levi Fitzenmeyer kick going into that win. He sends it down near the 10-yard line. The return out across the 15 to the 20, staggering his way, and he is stood up and driven backwards. Big pile of Tigers in on the play, trying to get you the first hit. Maybe Wyatt Alexander led the charge in on that play, and the Tigers wrap it up nicely. It'll be Abilene starting from their own 25-yard line.
I tell you what, it's tough to kick into the wind, but that ball just hung up there. It's hard to run into the wind, too. We wanted to get downfield coverage on that guy, and we're just, we're trying to run into that wind, and that's not easy either when you're fighting off blockers. Tigers in a good place on the field here. Need the defense just to get busy right off the bat.
Trevor Castile, the quarterback for the Abilene Cowboys. He goes in under center, two backs behind him. He will turn, hand off right, up back, and it's going to be a carry across the 20 or the 30-yard line, I should say. A gain of about 4 on the first down carry. That carry this time taken by Dakota Whiteley.
All defenses are different, and lots of times the defense comes out and they kind of feel out the offense for a while. They want to start getting some reads. They've been going against a scout team all week long, but now these are the real guys, and they're seeing it in the actual Abilene jerseys. I want to see this defense just lay their ears back and take it to them right off the bat.
Jonathan Kramer-Rainbolt, Garrett Craig in the middle with Gavin Ware and Holden Heigl on the outside. And then you have got the outside linebackers and Anthony Atkinson-Inniking and Wyatt Alexander. Inside, Gavin Thibault, Dylan Moon. Castile under center. He will hand off again left side. Whiteley, he has stood up immediately. Now he breaks the tackle, but then is brought down by Holden Heigl and Peyton Lane. It brings up a third down and about 4 left to go.
Well, he got hit twice, but he didn't go down. And then he broke off laterally, and he got hit a lot harder that time by both Peyton Lane and Holden Heigl. They drilled him.
James Maiden going back to the backfield. He is their leading rusher on the year at 252 yards. Second leading rusher, I should say. A little hobble as he went back to the huddle that time. Kind of interesting to see him try to work his way back there. And he's still working on the left knee, it looks like.
Yes, he is.
Very, very sore. 3rd down 3, they call it. A receiver to the short side of the field, Logan Angueno, and now we've got a whistle start, and the Cowboys set to work with 2 backs again behind Castile. He will hand off. This is Maiden we just talked about, and he squirts forward and is going to be short of the 40, but may have enough for the first down. Jonathan Kramer-Rainbow, Johnny C. making the tackle, and it is 1st and 10 for the Abilene Cowboys.
Pretty fair stop by the Tigers that time. The problem was they gave up 7 yards on first down. Gave up 7 yards on first down, stopped them for no gain on second down. They got just enough for the first down. They moved the chains, but I think the Tigers can stop this Abilene running game. What I've seen so far in 3 plays, I think we can put a stop on this running game, but they just have to decide that they're going to do it now.
Tigers defensively, we give you the front row and the linebackers. Connor Last and Caleb Mendham are your corners, with Peyton Lane the safety. Here's Maiden again. He's caught in the backfield. That is Gavin Ware, the beast, going down at the ankles and yanking him down. And it will be, looks like a loss of maybe a yard, second down and long.
That's exactly what I asked for. We had the defensive pursuit. We just had that backfield covered up for them. There was nowhere for them to turn, and we had 4 Tiger jerseys putting him on the ground.
So second down 11 after a loss of 1 on the tackle by Gavin Ware. Abilene from their own 36-yard line. Breaking huddle. They'll send one receiver wide right. Actually, one to both sides. Dylan Sherbring, the receiver wide left. Castile goes in under center. Second down 11, back to pass, and a penalty flag procedure against the Cowboys before they ever got started.
And we got a good look at what they were going to do there. They were going to make their first pass attempt at the game, and he was only looking one direction. He was looking to his right.
Zach Elzinga on stats, and easy to keep the Tigers as they go one play from a yardage line of like the 40 every time, right?
Yeah, it's much easier when you score in one play.
60-yard run by Peyton Lane. I'm telling you what, that thing opened up. I think it was Gavin Siebold and Caleb Mendham. Mendham had gone from in motion right to left, and you may have had one of those receivers out there too, Atkinson, Inniking, and Last, and Alexander do such a great job blocking out an open field. 8:33 to work, now second down 16. And back to pass is Castile. Ware giving chase, throws off his back foot downfield. Pass is going to be caught and carried out of bounds. Bulldog carry that time by a big fella getting out in space. That's Preston Boyd, their tight end, and he got very close to the first down. It will be 3rd and short, if not a 1st and 10.
Yeah, he was the one I referred to in the pregame when I said most of the guys that touch the ball for Abilene are not real big except for one guy, and that's the guy they threw that pass to, Preston Boyd.
Yeah, he is a big fella, the tight end position, blocks most of the time at 6'5", 230, and he was a load to bring down, just a junior. The Tigers did stop him short of the first down marker with 8:21 to go here in this opening quarter. Tigers up 6-0. It is 3rd down and short, 3rd down and 2 to go. Castile has Whiteley and Maiden behind him. Castile left side, and it's going to be an option. Pitch back into the backfield. Maiden first by Atkinson in the game, and then Peyton Lane wraps it up. This will be a loss of yardage. 4th down, and about 5 yards left to go.
Tell you what, Jason Maiden, number 1 back there, has been hobbling and limping between every play. That time he had to jump to get that pitch, and he was lucky to hang on to that ball because he got drilled by a couple of Tigers. The first one to mix it up was Anthony, then Peyton put the hit on it.
Yeah, and got him slowed down and knocked backwards, and then Lane came in and cleaned it up. Here is the punt for the Abilene Cowboys, an end-over-end kick that's going to be caught by Caleb Mendham back at his 25-yard line. Shakes and bakes, gets by a defender, down in the open field, to the 50-yard line. He's to the 45, tucked back inside, all the way to the Abilene Cowboys. 37-yard line goes Caleb. Tough as leather, Mendham, and the Tigers set up a short field on their second possession.
What a great return by Caleb Mendham. What he did with that return is he put the Tiger line of scrimmage exactly where the Abilene line of scrimmage was when they just punted. That's how good a return that was.
He made 3 guys miss at the start of that return, though. 3 guys had a chance to hit him. Oh, and he just wiggled his way out of into space, and then the next thing you know, he almost broke it for 6, and a little speed took over. 7.5 to work in this opening quarter. Atkinson Inniking to the left side. That's the short side wide. Now Lane back to pass first time. Fires out for Mendham. A receiver right, or a defender right there on the plate and picks it off. They read that perfectly. Danny Espinoza was in position almost as if he knew the play was coming that time.
Yeah, and so unfortunately, the Tigers have 2 one-play drives. You know, the first one went 60 yards for a touchdown. This was 1 play and an interception right off the bat. And there might have been some miscommunication or a misroute. I don't know what it was, but the only one in position to make that catch was the was the defensive back grab.
They haven't gone that play often,
No.
but they've ran it maybe 2, possibly 3 times, and they've connected every time with Caleb Minden. But that time, Abilene had it snuffed out in a hurry. So 1st and 10, Cowboys take over at their own 23-yard line. Castile from the gun this time. Now he's going to run it right. Optioning again, pitches, and hit in the backfield is Whiteley, wrapped up and now driven backward by Jonathan Kramer Rainbow. And Dylan Moon, Kramer Rainbow, a whole bunch of Tigers in on the play, and they drop him for another loss. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Well, it was Dylan Moon at the start, to stop that play from coming this way. And then as he bounced back and he tried reversing his field, Kramer Rainbow says, no, we're going to drop you even 3 yards further back now.
Much like this team, Jonathan Kramer Rainbow has gotten better and better. He has. Every quarter, every game, it seems like. And now he's going to, like you like to say, pin the ears back and go. And I think he's one of those guys that can go. 2nd down, 13 after the loss of 3. Whiteley, now it's going to be a little almost end-around play. And good tackle in the open field by the ball hawk, Gavin Siebold. It will be a decent gain, but it brings up 3rd down, still about 5 or 6 to go.
And that's how Abilene went from an empty backfield. The quarterback was the only one back there, but he kind of did, I'd call it a shovel pass. It was just a forward underhand toss to the wide receiver that was coming across from the other side. They turned it into about a 5-yard gain, but they'd lost yards on that first play, so it's now 3rd and 6. Tigers in a good position to make a stop here.
Sure, bring the receivers to the left side. They split the tight end Preston Boyd out to the right, and they slot Maiden on the right side as well. That's the short side of the field. One back stands beside Castile. They'll hand it off to Whiteley. Runs the left side. Gavin Ware is right there to wrap it up, and they will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down and 6. Tigers will get the football back.
And that was clinic. If you ever want to put on a football clinic, just play that play over and over. This is how you fight off a block and make your stop, no yards gained. And, I mean, there's been 3 different Ware kids do that, but Gavin's been doing it since he was a freshman.
5:23 left in the opening quarter. Tigers lead at 6-0. The dangerous Anthony Atkinson-Innicking back to receive the punt this time. Correction, that is Caleb Minden with the punt return. A catch, and he gets by a tackler again to the 50. Stiff arms his way out across the 45 of Abilene down to the 43. So Caleb Minden, who is making a living for the Tigers right now on the punt return. The first one took it to the 30-yard line. This one he gets it inside the 40, and again, making guys miss early.
Every week you send me stats and you send me league stats, and the one I can't wait to see is Caleb Minden's all-purpose yards, because he gets yards from passes, from runs, from punt returns, from kick returns. But every game I have to talk about his toughness, and it comes out, and it came out on that return.
Peyton Lane under center. Minden goes in motion. Now returns back to the wing position left. Ant is wide left, the short side of the field, and Alexander is tight on the right side. Levi Fitzenmeyer stands behind Peyton Lane, who goes in under center Garrett Gray. He will keep it himself. Lane off the ball fake to Levi. Now Lane in open field. He takes it down for 1st down yardage. Appears to be at the 30. That's 1st and 10 Tigers. Big play Lane. 212 yards last week. Yet he's off to a big one tonight already.
I know, and he, in those 212 yards, he had, what we say, like 30 or 40 until a couple minutes to go in the second quarter. I mean, most of those, came in the second half of that game in the last 2 minutes of the half in that game against Marysville. But Peyton's running at large tonight.
4:45 remains, opening quarter. Tigers lead it 6-0. 60-yard touchdown run, the first play of the game for the Tigers by Peyton Lane. Now the handoff to the big bull, Levi Fitzenmeyer, and he'll take it down near the 20-yard line.
The other thing I wanted to say just now, and I didn't have enough airspace to say it, is we are setting everything up for Levi Fitzenmeyer, and they're going to have a hard time tackling him because you have to hit him hard. And, we are spreading the field with our running game already. Usually you spread the field with the passing game. We're spreading the field with the running game. Levi's going to have a lane right through the middle.
Good gain there, 8 yards on his first attempt of the game. 4:05 left first quarter. Tigers up 6-0. Lane with Minden in motion, left to right. He will ball fake it. Peyton Lane keeps it. Now cuts against the grain. He's in open field to the 5, near the goal line. He stretches out. Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, play center, Tigers. Peyton, big play Lane, takes it in for a second time tonight. Tigers up 12-0.
Tell you what, that's a 22-yard run for Peyton Lane for a touchdown after a 60-yard run for a touchdown. He had several gains in there. He's got to be at 100 yards.
Yep, he's already at 94, almost at 100 in the first quarter.
Oh, man. 60 on that first carry, 22 there. And the Tigers go up 12-0 with 3:55 to work here in this opening quarter. And this is going against the wind, remember. Here is the two-point conversion try. Handoff left side. Levi Fitzenmeyer walks in. He will not touch the turf. And the Tigers up now 14-0. Tigers lead early. 3:55 to go. First quarter here in Abilene.
Injuries can occur at inconvenient times, but Ortho On Call is there for you. The After Hours Injury Clinic at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center is open Monday through Friday till 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday till 4 p.m. They can treat broken bones, strains and sprains, as well as small cuts or wounds with no appointment necessary. Ortho On Call provides an alternative to emergency rooms and urgent care, and they accept most insurances. Located at 1600 Charles Place in Manhattan. The greatest comebacks begin here.
It's that time of year, time to clean up the yard, trim trees, overseed, and fertilize so your yard will rebound from a tough summer and look great next spring. Wall Street Value has rental equipment to help get it done, like dethatchers, core aerators, overseeders, and tillers. Wall Street Value also has grass seed and fertilizer, weed killer, and ground sterilizer to make your yard the best in the neighborhood. Stop in 7 days a week at Wall Street Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center.
Back again in Abilene, the Clay Center Tigers have themselves a 14-0 lead. Peyton Lane already 94 yards on the ground. A 60-yard run to start the game. A 22-yard run takes it in. The Tigers lead at 14-0 after Levi Fitzenmeyer's two-point conversion run. And Tigers getting it going early here, Chad. Penalty flag on the kickoff here by Levi Fitzenmeyer.
Yeah, I mean, they're calling it back. They're calling it no kick. Usually they just throw a flag on the kickoff and then come and decide later, like an offside. But they're calling illegal procedure on the Tigers on the kickoff. So maybe he didn't have the signal. I don't know what it was. They're moving him back.
The whistle, maybe.
Yeah, they're moving him back 5 yards. Now he's kicking off from the 35.
Tigers up 14-0. 3:55 left here in this opening quarter. Peyton Lane, 2 touchdown runs, one of 60 yards, one of 22 yards. The last 2 possessions have been set up by Keelan Bendham punt returns in good field position, and they cashed in that last one.
Tell you what, that kick that didn't count was a great kick against that wind.
Now a line drive kick that's going to stay in bounds. It's picked up now, bobbled, now loose. Whiteley picks it up again, and the Cowboys will start from inside their own 25-yard line. The Tigers never quit getting down the field. Trevin Shirley is in the mix. Dawson Humphrey in that area. Gunny Mullen getting down in the area. Levi Fitzenmeyer, the kicker. You see guys continuing to pursue the football, even though it's laying on the ground.
I tell you what, Whiteley was in a tough position because he wasn't sure if the ball was going to go out of bounds. He might have done us a favor by putting his hands on it, but he did put his hands on it. It was like a third baseman on a bunt down the third base chalk line. But he ended up losing 10 yards from the spot he first touched the ball to where he was tackled.
Tigers defensively will start with Abilene taking over their own 24. Castile from the gun, wide set, fires out to his big tight end. Tackle's going to be made by Jake Ferguson, and then the Tigers come in convoy after that to bring him down. It is a good gain against the tight end, and has been their biggest weapon thus far.
Yeah, and the Tigers need to recognize that. He's going to become a go-to guy. He's big. We can't give him too much space. I don't think he has that breakaway speed, so I think that we can play him tighter, and I think that we can bust him up.
A couple of catches already, Zach, right, for Boyd, the big tight end?
Yeah, he's got 2 catches so far for 20 yards.
14-0 Tigers lead it. It does set up a second down and short. I thought he had first down yardage, but he was marked down about a half yard shy of that first down mark. Now they go back in under center. Tight formation, 2 backs behind Castile, the quarterback. He will turn left. He's going to keep it himself, optioning. Now pitches late to Maiden. Hit in the backfield and dropped by Anthony Atkinson. Anything drops him in the backfield. It brings up third down, and now a long yard to go after what was second and short.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for this down marker guy to see if he's moving back at all. He didn't move his marker hardly at all, but he did flip the number, so it's basically no gain.
Well, it looked like he was hitting the backfield. They mark him down almost back to the line of scrimmage. 2.5 to work first quarter. Tigers on top 14-0.
What a great tackle by Ant.
Maiden was running left off the option, and not only a great tackle, but in perfect position to make the play. They hand off underneath this time, and a short yardage play. And it appears he will have first down yardage, and they do. That is Logan Angleno who got the carry right off the left guard.
Yeah, he didn't get much, but he didn't need hardly anything to move those chains. So they did get the move of the chains. Now we're going to just reset, recue, and we're going to try to get them to punt after 3 more downs.
Tigers lead 14-0 first quarter, and get this, Jet, they've had a turnover already on that pickoff, but they've been so dominant the first period this far.
That's right. I forgot that.
A minute 55 to work in this opening period. Abilene with the football, 1st and 10. Castile wants to pass it, fires downfield, has a receiver. Open field, ball pops loose, and Gavin Siebel is going to scoop it up and return it to the 45-yard line. The hit coming from Anthony Atkinson, King. Ant dislodges the football from the receiver downfield, Dylan Sherving, and the Tigers force their first turnover of the game.
Well, that was the biggest pass play of the game for Abilene. It was a little bit bigger than their previous 2 10-yard completions, and Dylan Sherving got hit pretty hard there. He did secure the ball. It was a catch, and he had made a football play. Then he got drilled. The ball came out. Seabold's all over the ball.
How about the ball hawk waiting to scoop it so he could try to return it? There were defenders all around him, but he got it picked up and got a couple of yards out of it. So the Tigers take over at their own 45-yard line. 1st and 10, leading 14-0. Handoff underneath. Levi Fitzenmeyer, the big bull, rumbles his way across the midfield stripe into Abilene's territory. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
We have not ran many running plays tonight of any variety that they have been able to stop. You know, we've gone option right, option left, off tackle right, off tackle left, between the A gaps. We've done everything, and they have not really been able to stop any of the running plays.
You know what that is, Chad?
Yep.
That's the electric company putting a charge in this offense again. That big front row for the Tigers doing work here on a football Friday. Peyton Lane under center. Mendham goes in motion. Handoff again to Levi Fitzenmeyer. Short yardage play brings us 3rd down. It's still about 4 to go as they edge it toward the Abilene Cowboys 48-yard line. Under a minute to go first quarter. We do have a score in the Concordia-Wamego game also going early, 0-0 after 1 period. Important score in the NCKL standings for the Tigers and the Marysville Bulldogs along with the Panthers.
Where is that game?
That game is hosted by Concordia tonight.
Oh, okay. They're going to be tough up there.
0-0 tie after 1 quarter. Here the Tigers inside 30 seconds lead 14-0. Peyton Lane. Again, Fitzenmeyer, not much there, and the Abilene Cowboys really stand this up. And so it's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Tigers may take some time to talk about it, or they may go quick before the quarter's in. Let's see. They've dominated thus far.
They have
12 seconds.
And I don't think we want to punt, and we don't want to punt against the wind. Well, maybe we do. It's a short field, but I don't think we want to punt. They're going to let the quarter run out.
We'll head to the second period. The Tigers on top, 14-0 to Peyton Lane. Touchdown runs. Stay with us. Tiger football continues after this.
Hey, Marty at Bud's Tire Service here. Let's talk about that last word, service. We aren't just a tire shop. We can help with all your mechanical needs, like new motor and or transmission installs, brakes, alternators, water pumps, struts, shocks, you name it. We can also help trick your truck or car out with new grill guards, custom wheels, lifts, and a new set of tires. We can even help you out when it's time to grill that steak with a new Green Mountain pellet grill. Call 632-2135 or stop by 410 Court Street and let us help you with any of your needs. Good luck to all the Tiger athletes.
Did you capture a protein premium on your wheat this season? If not, it may be time to reconsider what you're planting. Oldie Seed is introducing several new varieties that will provide excellent yield and protein potential, and all varieties meet the Oldie Gold standard. Wheat technology is evolving, and planting one of the Oldie Seed top-yielding varieties or blends this season is the first step in achieving higher yields and increased income. Contact Oldie Seed today.
14-0. Tigers lead it just to begin the second quarter, and with the wind now at their back, they are going to punt it, and they've got a good one that's going to get the snap back for the Tigers. Connor Lass has been phenomenal this year punting the football. He's averaging at 40 per punt, and he booms another one. This may be into the end zone. It will just bounce about a yard into the end zone, so the Tigers will give Abilene the football at the 20-yard line. Again, Concordia tied 0-0 with Wamego into 1. Here the Tigers leading 14-0. If we get other scores in from around the area, we'll certainly get those. Other games have started early. I know Hanover, Blue Valley, their Hanover homecoming being played at 5 o'clock. Wakefield, Frankfort playing at 5. And then the Lynn matchup today against Southern Cloud is a 5:30.
Well, Clay Center's calling on the defense here. They're saying, okay, we're gonna start shit. We're gonna re-cue this thing down here at the 20. You get the ball back for this offense. We got the wind at our back now. Abilene's going against that gale force wind. Let's do something on D.
You can likely hear some of that wind in the mics right now. It is picking up from the south, as we've talked about, right in the face mask of the Abilene Cowboys. Castile from the gun. Quick throw. That's almost a backward throw, it looks like. It's going to be caught. And Guino with the catch, and he's going to be wrapped up and tackled outside. First hit by Peyton Lane, and then help coming from Johnny C. and Dylan Moon and company. Logan McDonald out there as well.
There's no doubt in my mind that was a backward pass, so if he doesn't catch that, it's a live ball, as you said.
2nd down and 6. It's a gain of 4 on the first down throw by the Cowboys. Tigers up 14-0 here in Cowtown. Tigers have not won against Abilene, home or away, since 2012. They lead 14-0 here as Abilene goes up over the football. 2 receivers to both sides. And that pistol formation here for Castile from the gun. He will keep it himself off the ball fake. It's to the outside left. Wyatt Alexander, good tackle. Peyton Lane help trying to strip it away. And it will be a gain of maybe 3. Brings up 3rd down. Still 3 yards to go for the Cowboys. And Wyatt Alexander, the animal does a good job there, Chet. First, in making the tackle, I guess I should say first by staying at home, bungling it in, and then making an attack.
Yeah, what happened there was Abilene had the perfect storm against us. They had the perfect offensive call against what we had called on defense. But our athleticism by 3 guys' part over here on this side, he should have had that first down the way that play started, but we closed it up and shut it down. It's 3rd and 2.
That's a great point. Chet, 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Same formation. From the gun, Castile wants to run it right. He's hit in the backfield and dropped. Jonathan Kramer, Rainbow, Gavin Ware, also on the play, Holden Heigl, and a lot of guys making a play behind or just near the line of scrimmage. It brings up 4th and 1.
Yeah, it's 4th and less than 1, but they're inside their 30. Do you go for it? Do you risk giving the ball to the Tigers here? Do you do a hard count? Do you punt against the wind?
How desperate are you this season and maybe already this game? Those are all questions I think they have to be talking about on the sideline.
I still can't tell by the personnel they put in here what they're going to do.
They will break huddle.
They're running a play.
And they are going to line up at least to run a play here on 4th and less than a yard. 9.5 to work in the first half. Tigers up 14-0. Castile, they will go for it. It's a quarterback keep. They are pushing forward. And it appears he leans ahead with his offensive line leading with him to pick up first down yardage. The big center there, 300-pounder, 5'11", Chris Crimson kind of helping lead that lean forward, and the Tigers have a player down on the field.
Yeah, and that was just one of those scrums, one of those just the mass of humanity trying to push against each other and get the quarterback shoved over that line. He needed 2 feet maybe. For the first down, somebody for the Tigers was stuck under that pile.
I believe it's Logan McDonald that is on the field. We're going to take a break while they attend to him. Stay with us. Tiger football continues on 100.9.
Great taste, fresh ingredients, lots of menu choices, all made to order with fast and friendly service. It all adds up to Subway, the one place where you can build your own meal exactly the way you like it. Subway in Clay Center is proud to sponsor CCCHS athletes, and whether you're heading to the game or getting ready to hit the road for home, the crew at Subway looks forward to seeing and serving you. Tiger fans and Subway, a winning combination. When physical disabilities or injuries make everyday mobility a challenge or even dangerous, Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy is there with durable medical supplies to get you where you need to go safely. They'll help you with canes, walkers, crutches, braces, and wheelchairs. They'll even fit diabetics with shoes made especially for their comfort needs. So for safety and mobility, it's good to know where to find the durable medical supplies that can give you the freedom to remain as active as possible. They're at Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center.
When you grow corn or soybeans for a living, you're always looking for the latest advances to help your fields be more profitable. That's why it's time to turn to Channel. When you plant elite Channel seed products, you also get the services of your very own Channel seedsman. You see, your seedman works with you year-round to make the most of your operation.
For customized service, expert advice, and elite seed products, contact Colton with Frontier Ag Supply, 785-630-0596.
Are you looking for the right bank to complement your busy schedule? Look no further. United Bank and Trust has just what you need. From easy online, mobile, and tablet banking to online loan applications, there is no need to try to find time to reach the bank before closing hours. You can simply apply for that new mortgage or car loan in the comfort of your own home, or check the balances of your accounts while waiting in the line at the grocery store. United Bank and Trust makes banking convenient for you. United Bank and Trust, banking for your way of life. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Logan McDonald was the injured player, and he has come off the field right now. Abilene with a carry by Castile, and he is going to be punched by Gavin Siebold. The ball hawk making the tackle, helped him there as well from Cody Carlson. That's the Mad Hatter, Cody Carlson, by the way. Yeah, a story on the hat I'll share with you later from Cody Carlson.
I want to hear it. You know, the Tigers almost made that stop last time. Abilene very gutsy going for it on fourth and less than one, but they're inside their own 30. You can't hand the ball to the other team there with the win, you know, but Abilene did convert that barely, and here they are, picked up 5 yards on first down.
Second down 5. Cowboys with the football from their own 35-yard line, as Ched mentioned, in their own end of the field. A little bobble on the handoff, but they have it, and now some room for Anguano, and he's going to pick up first down yardage out near the 45-yard line. Ball came out late, I should say. Tigers actually have it in their possession, but the whistle had blown. Boy, Gavin Siebold with the recovery, but again, it's not a fumble. The whistle had blown early.
Gavin Siebold was within a whisker of dropping him for a loss. You know, he's always near the ball, as they always talk about, and he was within a whisker of dropping him for a loss, but it was just a little bit of a bad angle. He was able to convert the first down.
Abilene Cowboys break huddle. They'll send one receiver to the left side. That is Dylan Sherbrink. They also put off to the right side Danny Espinoza. Castile is the quarterback under center with two backs behind. Drops back to pass. He's got pressure coming. Gavin Ware flushes him first, and then he's brought down by match point Holden Heigl. The two ends make the play as they've done time and time again. The beast, Gavin Ware, flushed him out. Match point Heigl brought him down.
Match point Heigl ripped on him about 3 times before he tackled him, didn't he?
And him, I got you. No, come back here. No, come back. Okay, now you're down.
Thought he was going to need some rosin or some chalk or something, because he re-gripped him 3 times before he swung him down.
Slippery little sucker, right?
I guess.
And then he was able to corral him in and put him down. It is second down and 12, a loss of 2 on the play. I would give a half sack to both Gavin Ware and Holden Heigl.
Agreed.
Second and 12, Castile goes back under center. And again, back to pass, pressure coming. Atkinson Inniking, shovel pass to Maiden. He gets to the open field. He is driven down as he gets across the 45-yard line. Tackle made by the Tigers. Holden Heigl again. It'll ring a third and long.
Boy, I hope they run that play again. You know, the way they executed that play, they just avoided disaster on about 3 fronts, because that was one of the poorest shovel passes I've ever seen in my life.
And they got 6 yards out of it, but I'm telling you, it was scary for Abilene the entire play.
I hope they run that again and execute it just like that, because that ball was out there for anybody's take, and that was kind of like a dying duck quail, as Walt Wallace used to say.
Third down 7. Castile goes back in again, spread formation. Maiden comes in motion underneath. They'll hand it off now, reverse outside. And Atkinson Inniking had nothing to do with it, although they get away from him initially, and it may have picked up the first down yardage. Tigers had him bottled up. Dominic Campbell got the reverse handoff from Maiden, and Ant had him dead to rights and just kept letting it slip away.
Yeah, Ant had him for a 1-yard loss. That's after a double reverse, and he had him for a 1-yard loss, and then he slipped away. Ant still made the tackle, but not before they moved the chains.
Trevin Shirley will come in defensively now for the Tigers, going Wyatt Alexander as an outside linebacker. Then you have Gavin Siebold, Dylan Moon inside. Front row for the Tigers, Garrett Craig up front, Cody Carlson, Gavin Ware, and Jonathan Freeman Rainbolt now playing at the end position as Holden Heigl getting a breather. First and 10, football at the Tiger 45. And we have a whistle before the play gets going.
I think there were two guys in motion at once.
It is going to be, and I thought maybe an illegal shift. They say procedure against the Abilene Cowboys. Penalty yardage thus far for Abilene, Zach?
They've had 2 penalties for 10 yards.
It's been a pretty clean game, really, on both ends. Tigers had the one kickoff penalty, and I'm not sure they've had another one beyond that.
You know, on that last play, I think there were a couple of things that could have been called on Abilene, right, actually, because there were two guys in motion at once.
He was mic'd. He might have said multiple choice. We'll take speed. First down 15. That does back the Cowboys back to their end of the field at the 49. Here's Castile. Takes the underneath handoff. Now fires off his back foot up for grabs. Peyton Lane, the pickoff. The return to the 45. Midfield stripe 45-40 of Abilene. He cuts it inside of the 30. He's to the 25-20. Trying to bring it away. Down to the 15. One man to beat. He'll be brought down at the Cowboy 14-yard line. Big play. Lane does it again.
We saw him do this as an underclassman. One he did that time is he played center field. He saw that from the beginning. He was baiting that receiver back behind, and at the last second, he cut in front of him. He had to jump pretty high to get that catch, but then a big return after the interception.
And it became a punt return by the time he brought the interception down, don't you think?
Yeah.
Guys were out in front blocking. Then he made a tremendous cut from the midfield stripe left sideline to get back to the middle of the field. He almost broke it all the way. He does get it first down and 10 for the Tigers at the Abilene 14.
He ran a lot more yards than's going to show on that stat, and now he's got to call a play as a quarterback.
5:05 to work, Lane under center. Tigers lead it 14-0, almost to halftime. Pitch out left, Caleb Minden. He's got a blocker, Gavin Siebel. Cuts off the block to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, Center Tigers. Caleb Buffett, Leather Minden takes it in again. And who's his blocker? The ball hawk, Chet. Gavin Siebold opens it up for him.
Gavin Siebold and Anthony Atkinson Inikin made a heck of a block over there. And between him and the guy he blocked, they're both hurting.
Ants made the block that closed off the inside and gave the corner, and then Siebold made the block that freed up Minden to take it in again.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, after those two blocks were made, I mean, I'm thinking, can he get to the pylon? Then all of a sudden it's like wide open.
Third touchdown run of the year on the ground from Caleb Minden. He's done it special teams as well. Here's the kick on its way from Connor Last. It is no good. Tigers, though, lead at 20-0. 4:58 remains first half here in Abilene.
Having trouble understanding your internet connection? Just think of it in terms of water. The size of a water hose determines how quickly you get water, and the same goes for your internet. A garden hose pumps out less water than a fire hose, just like a 5 meg connection loads pages slower than a 20 meg. At the end of your hose is a sprinkler, which is equivalent to your router. If your sprinkler is old and clogged, it can only push out so much water, no matter how big of a hose it's connected to. For best results, be sure your router is up to date. For more questions, check out our website at bluevalley.net.
KCLY Kansas Incorporated has added another mechanic to our team, and we are able to expand our capabilities in taking care of our customers better. We know you depend on trucks and trailers with fall harvest coming up. You can trust us to service and repair your trucks and trailers so that you can keep up with the demand. From regular maintenance to repairing and replacing parts, our master mechanics get the job done. Call KCLY Kansas Incorporated in Clay Center at 785-632-5183.
4:58 remains, 20-0. First half is nearing and 5 minutes away, and the Tigers really owning this first half of play. What a fun first quarter and a half, anyway.
And Peyton Lane and Caleb Minden are trading off with each other. Caleb Minden makes a couple of great returns, so then the first play, Lane gets a big run for a touchdown. Now Lane makes an interception, which was like a punt return, and then the play after that, Minden gets the touchdown run.
Tigers up 20-0. And here's the kickoff from Levi Fitzmartha. Winning his back, puts it high in the air, taken back around the 10-yard line. The return by Whiteley, caught from behind by Trevin Shirley, and then held on, and he gets help, and they'll stop him around the 25-yard line. I think I can jump the gun on our stat of the game. Sea Dog Tigers offense, talk about number of plays and touchdowns. It's a crazy number.
Yeah, the Tigers have been pretty efficient so far. They've only had 9 plays from scrimmage. They got 124 yards. They got 3 touchdowns on the board.
That is insane. I mean, think about that. You're looking at 9 plays of offense in an entire half with 5 minutes to go, and you lead 20-0.
And time of possession, 3 minutes and what?
Just over 3 minutes, and Abilene's had it for almost 15 so far.
And that's nothing on the board for the Cowboys. First play from scrimmage, by the way, whistled to a stop. And we have offsides against Abilene. Not always a common call for the offense to be called offside, but somebody lined up, obviously, in the neutral zone. So 4:47 left here in this first half of play, and the Tigers with the big lead thus far. And so, again, our Midwest Products stats of the game, 9 plays of offense with 5 minutes left in the first half. You have 3 touchdowns and 120 yards of offense. That's crazy.
It's not right. I mean, it's not football right.
Balls loose, Tigers. The scoop. Garrett Hollywood Craig has taken it in. Hollywood scores it on the scoop and score, and the Tigers have gone up 26-0. Wish I could tell you who just lost the football because somebody separated the pigskin from the ball carrier, but I know it's Garrett Hollywood Craig who scoops it and scores it, and the Tigers get a defensive touchdown.
Well, I think there were 2 Tigers in there on the shot, and the ball comes squirting loose, and Garrett Craig had that scoop and score. So this just adds to the strange stat of the game that you just gave.
Midwest Product stat of the game once again. Now it's still 9 plays of offense, and you've got 4 touchdowns.
And still 3 minutes of time of possession.
Exactly. 26-0. Tigers will line up to go for the 2-point conversion with the big lead here at 4:36 left, second quarter. Peyton Lane under center. Lane, handoff. They'll pitch out right. This is Seabolt. 2-point conversion is in for the Ball Hawks. And the Tigers go up 28-0 here in Abilene. First half action, 4:36 remains. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
I'm Aaron Proctor, Director of Physical Therapy at Clay County Medical Center. When you visit us, we'll take the time to do a complete evaluation and develop a customized treatment plan designed to improve your function so you can live the way you want to. We're fully equipped and continually advancing the skills of our staff to help you reach your goals. Please call our office at 785-630-2455 to find out what we can do for you.
The best meals are made with the very best beef. Certified Angus beef, now available at Ray's Apple Market. Certified Angus ensures and promotes a certain standard and uniformity of quality in beef products. For superior taste and tenderness, every cut of Certified Angus beef brand has to meet 10 exacting standards. The result is a truly remarkable beef product you'll come to select time and time again. Choose your beef wisely. Certified Angus beef from Ray's Apple Market.
From our family ranchers to your family table.
A defensive lineman's dream come true. A center's dream come true. You don't get to score touchdowns often, but Garrett Hollywood Craig has one to his credit now, Chad.
You start every offensive play, but then you score a touchdown on defense.
Scoop and score. The Tigers up 28-0. 4:36 to work. Abilene takes it from their own goal line. The return out across the 20-25, and then taken down at the 27, maybe 28-yard line. As where Abilene will start this possession. The Tigers, though, lead it here 28-0.
What a beautiful kick, and I think everybody was surprised that after he caught that, he got the return he did because he was literally at his goal line.
Yeah.
He did get a good return out of that. He got about 27, 28 yards.
Abilene will take over offensively. The Tigers have taken over this game, though. 4:31 left to work. They lead it 28-0. Tigers looking for their 4th win of the season, leading up to district play next week. Full house backfield, kind of a wishbone look. Castile under center. Third back through Whiteley. He's turned back inside by Ant, and then brought down by Kevin Ware in beast mode again. It is a gain of 6, maybe 7 yards on first down. It brings up second down 3.
And Garrett Craig was in on that tackle as well, right there in the middle.
So the Tigers who turned it over, is trying to say 5 times last week, have forced 2, both leading to scores. Now, 1, a score more by Garrett Craig. The other, the Peyton Lane return. Here's a handoff right. And breaking through the center section, and Peyton Lane's going to bring down the tackle, but not before Abilene takes it out near the midfield stripe.
Yeah, it was a really big run for Abilene. You know, the way Tigers have been able to shut them down on a lot of the last few plays, that was about a 10-plus yard run for Abilene. They just moved the chains. They're getting near midfield.
That was a carry by Dominic Campbell that time. Here's Castile. Campbell again. Middle of the line. Now gets a push from his offensive line. There's that old scrum, and they push it downfield. This is going to keep going. Whistle finally blows near the first down marker and at the Clay Center Tiger 43-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Preston Boyd has 2 catches for 20 yards, but he should get a lot of these rushing yards because he's the one on the back of the pile always pushing those runners ahead for about 5 more yards.
He's an impressive athlete, tied in forever. Just a junior, 6'5", 230. And it's really been a difference maker for the Cowboys in a game that's been all Clay Center thus far. Castile under center, handoff left side. Whiteley tries to break it outside. Connor Last meets him near the 30-yard line. 40-yard line, I should say, and it'll be a gain of maybe 3, second down 7. Nice job by Connor Last. $28-0. 3:12 to work first half. It was a gain of 5 when it was all said and done. Second down, 5 yards to go.
Boy, Peyton Lane is all over that field tonight.
Here is a handoff right side now. Carry by Campbell. Tripping and stumbling and then stood up and driven backwards. 2 Tigers in on the tackle that time, Gavin Seabold and Jonathan Kramer-Rainbow.
This is a big down. This is a big down for both teams. You know, this is where the Tigers can make a stop. We want to keep this position on the scoreboard. You know, 2.5 minutes to go about here, and Abilene's trying to get a little something going here before half. 3rd down 3. Castile. Second back right side. A tackle in the backfield. Ball comes loose again. The Tigers look like they have it. Dylan Moon, I think, made the hit that broke the football loose. He did.
And the Tigers come up with it. Was he down or was it a fumble? That's the question now. And they're going to say he was down, so it's not a fumble, but a tackle in the backfield by Dylan Moon makes it 4th down and 8 yards to go.
Well, great penetration into that defensive backfield by Dylan Moon. Great stop. I thought he broke the ball loose, but whatever the case, now they're looking at 4th and about 7 or 8.
And a good call, Chet. Big play, you said, on 3rd and short. And now it was a big play made by the Tiger defense.
He just got back there and just blew everything up.
1:50 to work here in this first half. Tigers on top, 28-0. Again, that wishbone look by the Abilene Cowboys, and we have a timeout taken by the Tigers. 1:45 to work. Second quarter action. Tigers on top here, 28-0.
Crop Production Service is constantly looking for ways to help your bottom line grow. And with the Loveland products available, you'll get the results you want. From seed treatment and plant nutrition to fertilizer and crop protection, Crop Production Service offers top-of-the-line solutions to grow your crops, your bottom line, and your operation. Connect with your local CPS expert and experience the innovative products from Loveland. Crop Production Service, here to help you grow.
It's that time of year, time to clean up the yard, trim trees, overseed, and fertilize so your yard will rebound from a tough summer and look great next spring. Wall Street Value has rental equipment to help get it done, like dethatchers, core aerators, overseeders, and tillers. Wall Street Value also has grass seed and fertilizer, weed killer, and ground sterilizer to make your yard the best in the neighborhood. Stop in 7 days a week at Wall Street Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center.
28-0, 1:45 to work as we work toward halftime here. Coming up at half, by the way, we're going to get a chance to talk cross-country. I had an opportunity to speak with the senior, returning varsity runner senior, Chaz Brandhorst, on the boys' side, and we'll have the junior class of the Lady Tigers joining us. That's all coming up at halftime. That's part of our locker room show. And now timeout meets timeout. The Cowboys will take a TO with 1:45 still remaining here in this first half. We'll break here as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on 100.9.
What happened?
This house is too small.
So let's buy a new house.
But we can't afford a new house. Money doesn't grow on trees.
That's why we'll go to United Bank and Trust. I heard they have low mortgage rates that are affordable for everyone.
Well, then let's go right now.
Stop and see me, Maria Fitzemeyer, or me, Carla Sweet, at United Bank and Trust to talk about getting your new home loan process started.
Or visit us online at ubankonline.com. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Does your household have monstrous internet demands? If too slow internet is driving you batty and your little devils are complaining about the connection, it might be time to upgrade your internet service. Twin Valley is offering a spectacular special on internet speeds to handle all the necessary devices. Choose gig internet for $99.95 a month or 100 megabits per second for $59.95. Call Twin Valley at 800-515-3311 and tame those monsters. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. See Twin Valley for details.
So both teams have traded timeouts, and now Abilene set to work fourth down nearing the end of the second quarter. They go hard count, now back out, and now we've got another timeout. This could have been the stat of the game. We've already given it away, but 3 straight timeouts, you don't see it very often. I do think we can go ahead and talk a little bit about the Debenham electrifying play of the game. Chad, how can you not give it to a defensive lineman scoring a touchdown, huh?
No, you got to. You have to give that award. Give some award to Garrett Craig on that scoop and score, a defensive player that isn't supposed to have hands, but, they do. And, like I said, he starts every play on offense, but he doesn't get to finish it. Here he got to finish it.
I can still remember, Z, when you scored your first high school touchdown as a wide receiver. And it's not easy in any position, let alone a defensive lineman. And Garrett Craig gets it done here, and how exciting to see him scoop it and score it and take it in. Your Debenham electrifying play of the game. It's 20-yard scoop and score by Garrett Hollywood Craig. He loves the big stage, Jeff.
And the King.
And the King loves
the King as well.
Coming up on Monday, the Regional Golf Championship taking place, and the Queen, Sydney Calloway, will be a part of that. She was a 7th-place medalist yesterday at the Council Grove Invitational. Here it is, 4th and 7. Castile, play action, back to pass. Craig giving chase, fires it up for grabs, and it'll be incomplete. Overthrown with 3 defenders around the big fella out in the flats, and it will be incomplete. That turns the ball over to the Tigers with 1:38 still to work here.
I tell you what, Trevor Castile did a great job of hiding the ball on his hip back there. They faked the sweep really hard, and he hit the ball on his hip, and he just decoyed that for an extended period of time. Garrett Craig was not fooled.
Right.
He had pursuit on him, and he kept driving him backwards. That was a play where I was hoping we would not intercept it because we're taking over in better position than where that ball fell incomplete.
So the Tigers take over, 1:38 to work, leading 28-0. Here is Cooper Glavin in a quarterback, handoff to Levi Fitzenmeyer, and he takes it to the 45-yard line. Tigers 1:30 to work. 28-0. They can maybe add to their play count this first half on this series after hardly having to run a play from scrimmage. They had 9 plays and 4 touchdowns at one time in this football game. Glavin under center. He has Ant to the left side wide. In motion goes Siebold. Handoff left side to Levi Fitzenmeyer again. Short yardage play nearing the 1-minute mark. It will bring up 3rd down, about 3 to go.
I had to take off my headset there for a minute to get some stuff all repositioned here,
Uh-huh.
We got to do that every once in a while.
That's right.
And they said Feisenmeyer.
No. You'd think by now.
Oh.
You would know that name in these parts, wouldn't you?
I would think.
Down to 40 seconds left first half. Tigers lead at 28-0. Siebold in motion. It is going to be handed off underneath again to Fitzenmeyer. He will near the midfield. He gets it to the 45 of Abilene. Clock will stop with 30 to work, and now with the wind at your back, you're 45. I know you're up big, but there's no time to take the pedal, put off the pedal in a football game of this nature.
Absolutely not, and these coaches won't.
1st and 10, 30 to work, clock back into motion. The receiver to both sides. Connor Last right, Atkinson Henniking left, Siebold in motion. Glavin, play action, back to pass, fires downfield. He's got Connor Last, and he just overthrows him. Just a touch overthrown. Connor Last, who has good speed, a dangerous receiver, had a step, and they just didn't quite hook up. Might have been too much south wind. Yeah, hard to float it much more. Cooper Glavin was on line. Connor Last running to it, just couldn't quite catch it. It was overthrown. Second down, 10, 16 now to work.
Love the call. I love that call.
Mendham and Seabold are the wingbacks again. They put Last tight right. Ant-Man is tight left. Fitzenmeyer, the running back behind Cooper Glavin, in a quarterback. 16 seconds left. They will play action. Option outside. Gavin Seabold, he gets the block from Mendham. To the sideline right now, cuts it inside. He's to the 25-yard line. Clock's still ticking. It should stop. They stop it at 7.5 seconds. First and 10 Tigers to the Abilene 25-yard line. Goes the ball off. Gavin Seabold, and a timeout taken on the field. Tigers trying to punch one more in before we hit halftime. They lead it 28-0 here in Abilene.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hasselmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Do have an updated score as we bring you back to Abilene at halftime. Wamego Concordia. Red Raiders up 14-0.
Oh, my goodness.
How about that? So that would be certainly a huge move. Now, there's a lot of football games left, but Wamego up 14-0 over Concordia. That's at halftime.
Wow.
Here the Tigers lead it 28-0. Peyton Lane back in at quarterback. They're at the Abilene 25. Lane rolling left, wanting to pass it. Now he may tuck it and run it. He does. Toward the sideline, 2 seconds left. And a penalty flag is going to go on the defense as time expired. So, Chet, this would have been time expired, I believe, and going to halftime. But with the defensive penalty, the Tigers will get to run a play, and it'll be a lot closer to the goal line.
Or was he over the line when he threw the ball? He might have been beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball.
Could be. It is. So it was a penalty against the Tigers offensively, not against the Abilene defense.
He was about 2 or 3 yards past that line of scrimmage.
What a first half, though, for the Tigers. They lead here at the break, 28-0 over Abilene. Stay with us. Halftime coming up next.
When you grow corn or soybeans for a living, you're always looking for the latest advances to help your fields be more profitable. That's why it's time to turn to Channel. When you plant Elite Channel seed products, you also get the services of your very own Channel seedsman. You see, your seedman works with you year-round to make the most of your operation.
For customized service, expert advice, and elite seed products, contact Colton with Frontier Ag Supply, 785-630-0596.
Hey, Marty at Bud's Tire Service here. Let's talk about that last word, service. We aren't just a tire shop. We can help with all your mechanical needs, like new motor and or transmission installs, brakes, alternators, water pumps, struts, shocks, you name it. We can also help trick your truck or car out with new grill guards, custom wheels, lifts, and a new set of tires. We can even help you out when it's time to grill that steak with a new Green Mountain pellet grill. Call 632-2135 or stop by 410 Court Street and let us help you with any of your needs. Good luck to all the Tiger athletes.
Back again at halftime, the Clay Center Tigers leading 28-0 here on the road against the Cowboys, and a pretty electric first half of play, let's be honest. Starting off with a first play from scrimmage, 60 yards. Peyton Lane takes it home. The Tigers, they got a scoop and score from Garrett Craig. They got the touchdown run, 14 yards from Caleb Mendham. They just had it working in the first half on both sides of the football.
They really did. We made some great stops on defense. I like a lot of what we saw on defense. There's a few plays we did give up. I would rather we not give up, but they weren't big deals. You know, and you're going to do that on defense. I think that we can come out and really lay the years back on defense in the second half and dominate. That's what I feel in my mind. But the Tigers showed a lot on offense tonight.
Zach, numbers in the first half. Total offense between both teams?
Clay Center had 159 on the ground and didn't throw the ball. And then Abilene had 62 on the ground and 46 to the air to get just over 100 yards.
And the Tigers, of course, had 2 big punt returns from Caleb Mendham, which set up short field. So that kind of adds to the discrepancy of the numbers as far as yardage. How many total plays of offense did the Tigers end up with in the first half?
Oh, it wasn't many. It looked like 15 maybe.
That's crazy. You lead 28-0, 15 plays from scrimmage, but they dominated.
5 minutes of offense.
5 minutes of possession.
Well, and let me point out on the 46 yards of passing they have, more than half of that came on a completed pass that they fumbled that we recovered.
It's true. Right? Very true. Fun first half of the Tigers, obviously. 28-0 here on the road at Abilene. We do have the one score in on the Concordia-Wamego game. That is Wamego leading 14-0 halftime score. Interesting score there in the NCKL. Coming up, we're going to talk Tiger cross country. We talk with senior Chaz Brandhorst on the boys' side and the junior girls. We have 5 that will be joining us as well as we bring you back with Tiger halftime next.
Clay Center Tiger football on KCLY is brought to you in part by Old EC Farms, Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack, Citizens National Bank of Clay Center, Greenlee, Concordia, and Belleville, by CS Precision Ag, Ray's Apple Market, Geyser Roofing and Home Improvement, Blue Valley Telecommunications, United Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Dave Borger, the agent, by Clay County Medical Center, and Robbins Motors, Manhattan.
We're joined by a Tiger senior on this team, Chaz Brandhorst, and I know that you're the lone senior returning that's run varsity, right? What's it feel like to be kind of the leader of this whole group?
It's been a fun experience this year. Been telling the boys, get hard, work hard, be bold, just giving them advice just as the season goes.
Yeah, it's great. You guys had a good year last year. I know that you did some very positive things. As you go toward the postseason now, regionals is just around the corner. You have 2 meets left, right? Salina and then the NCKL meet. What are some goals you have in mind for you, I guess, for the season? Maybe what you've attained and what you have going into the regionals?
I'm expecting to go to the state meet. I'm expecting to do well at the regional meet, and that's about it, yeah.
Do you know much about the course at McPherson?
No, I've never ran at the course at McPherson, but I got some family up there, so maybe they can tell me something about it.
There you go. That'll be an inside track on the whole thing. Speaking of courses, favorite course now that you're a senior that you've run throughout your career? Is there one that stands out you really love?
It used to be at the Rock in Salina, but they moved that course this year, so can't run it.
Bummer, yeah. And that's where you go this weekend.
This weekend.
Least favorite course that you run?
Belleville. I don't like to run at Belleville. It's just flat and hot. But
no fun for a cross-country runner when it's flat and hot. Well, flat's not so bad, I guess, sometimes. Right?
Yeah, flat's good, but it's really hot. Yeah. And it was my first race ever, so.
Stuck out in the memory for a long, long time. Okay, when you guys are out on your runs, you're training during practice, who is going to be the one Tiger or Lady Tiger that tells the best jokes or stories?
Jarrett Fitzmyer.
Without a doubt?
Yeah, he's a pretty funny dude.
Who sings the most?
Probably Cole Rice. Cole Rice likes to sing.
Who complains the most?
Probably Brandon Spielman. He likes to complain.
All right. Chaz, best of luck in the 2 meets you have in a regular season. League meet will be next Thursday at Marysville, Salina this Saturday, and then the regional championships come up. And good luck on that goal of getting to the state championships.
Thank you.
Chaz Brandhorst, our senior Tiger cross-country runner on The Locker Room Show.
Come to Robbins Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat for their summer clearance event going on now. Test drive a new 2017 Ram truck, the longest-lasting truck in America, now priced to move with deep summer discounts and 0% for 72 months. Now is the time to buy. See the complete inventory online at robbinsmotors.com or stop by and see them on West Anderson in Manhattan. Robbins Motor Company is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
Joined now by the junior class of Lady Tiger Cross Country. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show is powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And we'll start from left to right, introduce our runners. We have Hannah Whiteley, we have Katie Schlichter, we have Zoe Ald, Emma Smith, and we have Karen Larson. Okay, and this junior class is coming off of a regional championship last year, and all 5 of these runners were in the top 30 in that group. So I'm going to start with a look at what the goal was for you guys coming into the season. And I'll just let you guys say individually or as a team kind of what you guys wanted to accomplish when you started all this training that goes on year-round, I know. But when the season comes around, what were things that you were looking at, Karin?
I really wanted to get to the state cross-country meet and even do well there.
And it's a team that has experience of going to Wamego, so that makes it fun. Emma?
Well, my main goal was just trying to get back into the rhythm of running after my surgery and then try to do good at a few races.
It's really nice to see Emma not walking around in a brace, right? It's great. Zoe?
My goal is just to get there individually and bring a team along with me and see how we can do there.
Looking forward to that opportunity coming up with just a couple of regular season meets on the way. Katie?
I think just like they said, our goal was definitely to get to state first, but now I think our goal should be to try to be in the top 5 or 6.
I like that. Hannah?
My goal was for our team to do as well as we did last year at regionals.
Which was an exciting regional championship. It was at Hayes. You go up against the host school, you have it tied, and it comes down to the whole team had to perform to make that happen and claim the regional championship. Very, very exciting. We talked with Chaz a little earlier, so I'm going to ask some of the same questions of you guys. Is there a course that you guys run that you just love to go to? And then on the follow-up to that, is there a course that you just loathe thinking about going to?
I love Junction City. I think it has really beautiful scenery, and I enjoy running there.
It's impressive they enjoy scenery while they're out there running in these cross-country events. I'm telling you what, that you don't understand guts until you watch some of these guys and gals give it up out there on those courses. Emma?
Yeah, I'm along with what Chaz had said. I really like the rock course, but they moved it, so it's sad.
That is a bummer. Least favorite?
I really don't like Concordia.
Kind of windy around that area, I would imagine, too. Zoe?
I think my most favorite is Wamego just because I like running the hills more than I like anything else. And then probably least favorite is Belleville as well.
And it's nice, probably, Wamego, because it's your thoughts of running in the state championships there as well.
I think my favorite course would have to be Junction City because, like Karin said, there's really nice scenery and it has a mixture of hills and flat. And my least favorite would have to be Concordia because it's always like 100 degrees when we go there.
So, Belleville, Concordia, windy, hot, and we don't like those places, but do you still go compete, right, Hannah?
Well, Emma took both of mine. I like running at the Rock because I don't like necessarily running the course, but I like afterwards when we go on top of the Rock and we always take pictures. But my least favorite is Concordia because it's just an awful course.
Fair enough, right? Fair enough. I asked about McPherson with Chaz. Do any of you have much knowledge of the course?
I have a little bit of knowledge just because I went and watched a regionals there. Of course, it was just 4K at the time, but it looked hot and flat and not great ground.
Sounds like a lot of fun to me. I don't know. Okay, so you guys are out training and running, and if you'll see them around town, you see them all over the place. I mean, that's just what they do. Who is going to be the best joke teller or storyteller when you guys are out running?
Probably Cole Rice. He's pretty funny.
So he sings and tells jokes both. Katie?
I feel like Zoe says some interesting stories and is pretty sassy on her runs, and it's kind of entertaining.
The sassy Zoe Auld. What do you think?
I think our coach sings the most on the team, honestly. But I think all of us just have our fair share of jokes and funny experiences told from our day and just the previous weeks we've had.
That's cool. Emma?
I probably have to say Anna Spellman. She's pretty spunky on our runs, and she uses a lot of different character voices.
Well, we can all be sometimes entertaining, but usually I and the people I run with don't talk that much.
Can't get a word in edgewise, probably, with all the singing and talking going on. Ladies, we really appreciate you coming out of a busy schedule. I don't know if this weather that we're having this week it's cooler, so that's good for you guys, but a little swampy if you're going to be out running in these conditions. But keep up the great work. Salina on Saturday. The NCKL meet is on Thursday at Marysville, and then, of course, the regional meet will be coming up at McPherson. So best of luck to you guys. Get to state just like the goal was set out, okay?
As
As a farmer, every season brings with it a number of decisions to make. Right now, you're deciding what variety of wheat seed to buy and how many acres to plant. At Wilbur Ellis, we have the information you need on the latest seed technology, plant nutrition, and protection. We have wheat seed and cover crop seed with the right traits and genetics, along with multiple ways to apply them. Let us also supply your starter fertilizer and nitrogen. We're Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed.
Hi, this is Maribeth Connor. Holiday gift giving can cause a big strain on your wallet. The Citizens National Bank has a whole new way to jumpstart on budgeting for next Christmas or any other special occasion that is in your future. The Citizens National Bank introduces its Reloadable Card. You tell us how much you want to save, and we'll set up regular transfers from your checking account to the Reloadable Card. It's that simple. Learn more about the Reloadable Card at the Citizens National Bank, downtown Clay Center, member FDIC.
Once again, back in Abilene, Clay Center Tigers, a dominant performance thus far in this one, 28-0 over the Abilene Cowboys. And it all started in first play from scrimmage. Peyton Lane takes 60 yards. That was after a Caleb Mendham kickoff return that got him in good position. He's had 2 good punt returns as well. Lane's gone in a couple of times. Mendham's gone in. Garrett Craig with the scoop and score defensively. You've forced turnovers. You've dominated on both sides of the football. So you come back in the second half. It's Abilene. It's a great rivalry, but you lead 28-0. You got to get back up again, right?
Oh, you do. You have to get back up. You have to come out and play as if it's 0-0. You know, you really do, and especially here. But I don't think these guys are going to have any trouble getting up for this third quarter of play. And I have felt like their third quarter of play has been one of their best quarters all season long, and I hope they hold that up tonight.
Great point. By the way, just looking at the radar, I know that we're in a severe thunderstorm watch. There's nothing on the radar near the KCLY community at this time. Again, we'll continue to monitor that. I did notice a pretty heavy cell down around Great Bend, Chet, and we were talking about some of the fun rain games. There's been bunches of them over the years, but two that stand out in our minds for the Clay Center Tigers is the one at Great Bend. As we mentioned, Zach was playing in that ball game on the turf, as he said, but still slippery. But we were drenched in the stands where we were set up because there was no booth space. I mean, it was a mess driving home just because everybody's clothes was a mess. But the Tigers, it was a fun story to tell now that it's over.
Oh yeah, you would be less wet if you dove in a pool and tried touching the drain. I'm telling you, that's
all of your clothes on.
That's how wet we were that night, and it was cold. It was wet, cold, miserable. And then we didn't have a real good football game either.
And we sacrificed ourselves for the equipment because, we're in a electricity and rain and wet and electricity going on, and we had the umbrellas and everything covered over the equipment. The other one that really stands out, I know, to you and I, is it's back in the day when the Tigers traveled to Gardner Edgerton.
Yep.
And we're trailing at halftime and by a couple of scores, and the rains, I mean, it opened up. And Coach Paul Lane and his crew said, no, we'll come back tomorrow and finish the game. Gardner Edgerton just thought we would forfeit.
Right.
And they said, no, we'll come back. When do you want to play it? So we drove home that night, everybody, team included, came back on Saturday afternoon to finish it. And they came back and won that football game.
They came back and won that football game. I have never seen as much rain on a track as what we saw that night. And it's not like it was an old stadium with an asphalt track facility with all the grooves. I mean, it was a brand new gazillion-dollar facility, and you could have taken a canoe down that track. I mean, I just never seen rain continue to come like that out of football games.
And you could just see the look of everyone from the start of that Saturday afternoon when the second half got going, that this game was over, to what in the world just happened. And the Tigers got to drive back home again and in much better spirits than you did on that soggy Friday night.
Well, we want to avoid all the rain tonight. We took an abbreviated halftime, and here we go, buddy.
Levi Fitzenmeyer to kick it with the wind at the back of the Tigers. Abilene will see this one go out of bounds. It catches right around the 15-yard line, so they'll get a chance to start with decent field position to begin the second half. The Tigers again up 28-0. We do have a score in Hanover at halftime. They have ended that one against Blue Valley, the defending state champion Hanover Wildcats over the Rams 62-0. The last score we had on the Wamego Concordia game was at halftime it was a 14-0 Wamego Red Raider lead. So for Tiger fans and Bulldog fans, and when you're chasing a league title, you root for the team that's there with you, and that's Concordia. So Wamego win would really shake that thing up a little bit.
It really would. It really would. And the Tigers happen to have wins against both of those teams.
It is Abilene's football to begin the second half. They'll start from their own 35-yard line. Castile stands in the gun, kind of that pistol formation once again. He will look right, ball fake on the pass. Now take it up the middle, and he's going to be dropped. Dylan Moon near him, and then the help coming in there as well from the Ant-Man. It will bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Dylan Moon was not fooled on that play at all, and he did a good job of doing his job, if that makes sense. And it had a little help from Ann at the end.
It makes perfect sense. He was in position. And I thought he was going to get a hold call by the defender or the offensive lineman on Dylan Moon. They didn't call that, didn't need to.
Right. You and I read each other's mind a little bit too much.
28-0 here. Tigers lead it. 2 receivers go wide side right. 2 receivers off to the short side as well. Castile stays in that shotgun formation. He's going to run it left, pitch it late, and it's going to be Whiteley hit once, bounces off a tackle, and now breaks free in first down yardage. He gets near the midfield stripe. Wakefield Bombers, by the way, have a score on the Wakefield matchup tonight. They lead 32-0. That is at halftime. Wakefield Bombers up 32-0. Also, the Riley County Falcons in a huge matchup in 3A and in the Mid-East League. They're hosting Silver Lake tonight. They have kicked off when we have scores coming in. I'll pass that along as well.
I'll tell you what, we saw something we want to see out of a defense there, and we saw something we don't want to see. We saw great position play by the defense, but we saw 3 guys miss the tackle.
Again from the gun, Castile. 1st and 10 now at the 44-yard line. Abilene back to pass. Castile across the middle. That ball is going to be caught, and that's the big tight end, Preston Boyd, we've been impressed with from the start. A defender right there on the play. Caleb Mendham went up with him, but Boyd able to shield him off and bring it down.
Caleb Mendham couldn't have had any better coverage on that play, and he played it what looked perfect to me. He didn't interfere. He was on it immediately, and it looked like he was even going to reach around and bat it away. But the big tight end was so strong, and he was coming a bit of a slant at the end of that pattern, and he was just able to, and it was a well-thrown ball as well.
Third quarter action. Tigers lead at 28-0. Abilene marching here to begin the third. Here's Castile, and he's going to be sandwiched near the line of scrimmage, trying to push forward. Tigers trying to strip the ball away. Gavin Ware, Garrett Craig, a whole slew of Tigers in on the play, and it will be a loss of yardage, 2nd down and 12 after a loss of 2.
I tell you what, and I've seen more of this in this game than I've seen in a game in a while. Most of Abilene's rushing yardage, the linemen aren't blocking well. They're grabbing their running back and pushing him and pulling him. That's what the running back is just sandwiched between their own linemen and the defensive linemen or the linebackers for the Tigers. But they get 2 or 3 yards from their guys pushing and pulling on them.
Used to be illegal for those who may be thinking they can't do that. It is very legal now at all levels anymore. Here's a screenplay set up. Tigers read it pretty nicely, and it's incomplete. Gavin Siebold was right on the receiver. The Tigers had good pressure force on the quarterback on a screenplay, but maybe got to him quicker than he wanted them to.
Yeah, he would have liked a little bit more time. And the other thing is the Tigers did an excellent job. Nobody was fooled. They read that screen immediately. I don't know what was shouted on the field. Everybody was in perfect position.
So it's 3rd down and 12, and after Abilene marching it down the field in pretty good position to the Tiger 33, chance for the Tiger defense here to step up. Big tight end left for the Abilene Cowboys, the senior Tucker Robinson. They have 3 receivers staggered off to the right side. Castile from the gun. He will fake the handoff underneath. Does have time to throw. Fires out left side. It is up for grabs, and that is Robinson who brings it down in a pile of Tiger defenders. There were 2 or 3 around him, but the big guy, I don't have a size on the big tight end, the senior, but he stands tall, and he's a wide body on top of it.
And he was strong with his hands. When he went up for that ball and got that ball, Peyton Lane, again, he played that ball like he did on his interception, and he was not able to wrestle the ball away from him. The big tight end for Abilene pulled it down, big completion.
Now 1st and 10 for the Abilene Cowboys. Just under 9 minutes to work. We're in the third. Tigers lead at 28-0, but Abilene now at the Tiger 13-yard line, 1st and 10.
Abilene's put together a few passing yards in this quarter.
Castile goes under center. Handoff to the right side. Darting to the middle is Campbell. And he'll be brought down. Kramer Rainbolt, Gavin Ware, both in on the play, along with Dylan Moon. It is a gain of 4. 2nd down, 6 to go. 8:26 to work, third quarter.
Well, Abilene can make a first down without making a touchdown, but it's, I'd say, a yard or less.
Yeah, the first down marker is just inside the 2 or 3. Run left side by Whiteley, and he's going to be stood up at the 5, falls forward to the 4-yard line. Jonathan Kramer Rainbolt on the tackle that time. It is a gain of maybe 3. It brings up 3rd down and short, just under 8 minutes to work in this third. Tigers again lead 28-0. 7:50 to work, third quarter. Abilene driving south here at their home field and going into that wind. And even so, they've had a good passing series this time. Now 3rd down and a yard to go. It's marked down at the Tigers' 5-yard line. Castile, right side handoff. Dominic Campbell gets near the goal line, pulls forward. It looks like he's in. He is. Abilene has got on the board for the first time in the game. 28-6 with the upcoming extra point on the way for the Cowboys.
I think the ball came out after he got his touchdown. The Tigers jumped on it. One official was back there kind of waiting to see what the other guys were going to call, but one official had already called the touchdown.
Of course, once it crosses the goal line in possession, it will not matter. That's the second time, though, that a ball has come loose. The Tigers have recovered that they didn't get because it was after the whistle or here after the score. At the same time, the Tigers have taken 2 away tonight on an interception and the scoop and score by Garrett Craig all back in the first half. Now the 2-point conversion try by Abilene. Back to pass, Castile, back to the end zone, overthrown, incomplete. Tigers up 28-6. Abilene on the scoreboard for the first time. 7:26 remains here in the third.
Great taste, fresh ingredients, lots of menu choices, all made to order with fast and friendly service. It all adds up to Subway, the one place where you can build your own meal exactly the way you like it. Subway in Clay Center is proud to sponsor CCCHS athletes, and whether you're heading to the game or getting ready to hit the road for home, the crew at Subway looks forward to seeing and serving you. Tiger fans and Subway, a winning combination.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full Precision Ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Cropping System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
28-6 ball game. The Clay Center Tigers with the lead. Abilene, though, good start to the third quarter. They eat some time up. They get on the board for the first time.
Yeah, Abilene put together what they needed to, and they showed a little bit in the air. And the two different big, strong tight ends for Abilene both made big catches on that drive for them. Both times we thought we had good coverage on those passes, and I think that we thought we were going to make an interception. They just out-caught us on the ball, had stronger hands, and pulled it down.
Big, strong bodies, too, those two tight ends going up for the football. 7:26 to work. We're in the third. Tigers on top, 28-6. The kickoff from the Cowboys, very short. It's going to be taken by an up back at the 35-yard line. That's Gunny Mullet, and he will take it across the 35, and the Tigers will take over there.
Pretty good field position.
So the Tigers will have it at their own 35-yard line. Against that wind, the kick was kind of missed it to begin with and floated up in the air, and so Mullen a good job to bring it in and secure it for the Tigers.
He certainly didn't intend to kick it that short. He kept it with all he had. He just, like you said, he mishit the ball. Plus he was going against that wind. It got hung up a little bit.
Golf terminology. Caught it a little bad, I think, that time. First and 10 Tigers from their own 35. Mendham starts in motion. Now comes back to the right side. Seabold on the left. Offensive line with the Tigers. Garrett Craig, your center. Jonathan Kramer, Rainbolt, Gavin Ware to the right side. To the left, Cody Carlson and Holden Heigl. The electric company up front. Lane under center. He will work left side, starts to pitch it, almost lost it, now tucks it and falls forward for maybe a yard. Dangerously close to turning that over. He went to pitch, you could just see the ball come out of his hand.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a little bit broken or if Abilene blew us up or if it was a misread, but there was a lot of bad things that could have happened right there and looked like it might happen. He turned it into a 1-yard gain.
Second down 9 for the Tigers, who lead 28-6 here in Abilene. Peyton Lane and his offense look at their wristbands for the call. Ant left, Connor last to the right side. Lane. He will pitch it this time to Caleb Mendham, gets the corner, now cuts it inside, stiff arms a man across the midfield stripe, up as Leather Mendham takes it for first down yardage across the midfield line.
I just think that there's potential on either corner almost every play for Clay Center, you know, and so we'll kind of keep them sucked in towards the middle with some of those other plays, but it's almost, we have run at will almost when we've gone towards the edges.
Yeah, outside the tackles has been really good for the Tigers all night long. And the Tigers with the football in a 28-6 lead, 6:26 to work. We're in the third quarter. They have the football at the Abilene 48-yard line. Now it's going to be a pitch right side for Gavin Siebel. He breaks a tackle, almost broke it for big yardage. He does take it to the 44-yard line of Abilene. Correction, the 44 they mark you down. It's a gain of 3, second down 7.
A good run by Gavin. He was trying to cut it back upfield, up the middle, and they literally talk about a shoestring tackle, man.
And if they don't, he had some room to run.
Yes, he did.
And we know the ball hawk can move it when he gets a chance. Second down, 7 to go. Ball with the Abilene. They mark it actually at the 35. Atkinson Inniking is tight right side. Slotted left is Connor Last. In motion, Caleb Mendham. Pitch out right side for Mendham. And he gets the block from Seabold and carries a defender all the way down to the 35-yard line. Caleb Mendham, first and 10. Seabold the block, and then Mendham carried a tackler about 5 yards.
And something happened at the end of that play that the official did give him the right spot. It looked like he was really down center than that, but he rolled over the body of the tackler, and he didn't hit the ground until 2 yards further, and the official looked to be out of position, but he gave him the right spot.
First and 10, Tigers now at the 34 of Abilene. Levi Fitzenmeyer, the lone back behind Peyton Lane, who goes in under center. Garrett Craig in motion, Mendham. Pitch out again for Mendham, right side. He is going to be breaking a tackle and then rolling forward. He may have picked up first down yardage. I thought he was banged out 5 yards deep. He just kept it churning, and he's almost first and 10.
He's going to be really close. We got to see where it is when they stand all these
short by a yard.
Yep.
Great run by Mendham, though, to the outside. And, Chet, you just mentioned a moment ago, that's where all the openings have been for the Tigers, outside the tackles.
You know, they seemed a little soft out there, or whatever the case is. Caleb Mendham has 6 yards before anybody's close to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lane, Mendham again under center. This time the handoff underneath, trying to set up Levi Fitzenmeyer. He breaks a tackle, pulls the tackler forward. He gets it down to the 20. First and 10 Tigers, and the big bull continues to move it.
That's going to move those chains.
Had a chance to visit with Levi Fitzenmeyer and Cody Carlson on the locker room show this week. Big Bull brought in his saddle that he hadn't really told a lot of people. He goes out and rides about every Saturday night. That's his getaway.
His Saturday night ride.
That's right.
Good for him.
Pretty fun to see. And the Mad Hatter, Cody Carlson, still the story I have to tell you on that one. Peyton Lane set to go into center, first and 10, just inside the 20. And it will be a pitch out right, Mendham. And 2 tacklers around him. He still moves forward. He will get inside the 15-yard line, trying to strip it away, and he will not give it up. So Cody Carlson walks in. The guys bring props. Levi Fitzenmeyer brought in the saddle. And Cody comes walking in, and all I hear is Coach Rice go, the hats. So I said, I can't wait to hear the story about the hat. So he bought this hat at a K-State Wildcat game once, lost it hunting. His brother, I think, actually lost it for him as a story. So he went online, found 2 more, was wearing one until his dad finally had to throw it away. It was so raunchy, they couldn't handle it in the house anymore, so now he's to his 3rd one. I assume he's ordered more. So the Mad Hatter, Cody Carlson.
I love it. And it's K-State hat.
Absolutely. Second down, 4 yards to go. Here is a carry outside by Gavin Siebold. He has stood up and won't be much on this one. May have lost a little bit, in fact. So third down, he does lose a couple. Third down, 7 yards to go. Tigers at the Abilene 16-yard line.
That time we were trying to bring Gavin from the right side around to the back. We took the pursuit, pulled it out of the belly, going off left tackle. Peyton then made the pitch, but they had pretty good coverage on him by then.
Wyatt Alexander in. Ant comes off. Connor Last is wide left. Alexander tight on the right side. Third down, 7. Tigers up 28-6 with 2:58 to work here in this third quarter. Lane under center. Turns right, hands off. Levi Fitzenmeyer. He breaks the tackle. He's still scrambling for yardage as he carries his way inside the 5-yard line. First and goal, Tigers. To the 4 goes the big bull.
He ran within about 18 inches of the ground for about 5 yards there, where none of the rest of us could. We'd fall on our nose.
He might be the only guy that liked doing bear crawls and practice and conditioning, because that's exactly what he did with the defender on his hip.
With a defender on his hip and a ball in one arm.
Yeah. Picture that, if you will. Peyton Lane, first and goal.
That was a big first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, it was. They'd kind of been stymied the last couple of carries. First and goal, Lane takes it, keeps it, right side, falls forward. No signal. Now it is. Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, Place Center Tigers. The Abilene Cowboys, having stood for a moment, but Peyton Lane just pushed forward and fell across the goal line. 34-6, Tigers lead it.
I tell you what, that was a big answer by the Tigers. You know, we gave up a drive for a touchdown to Abilene to start out this third quarter. We take over on about the 35-yard line, drive the ball down ourselves, answer with that touchdown.
The longest time of possession the Tigers have had this entire game. The whole first half, they had it 5 minutes.
Doubled their time of possession right there.
That's awesome. Here's Peyton Lane under center. Fitzenmeyer behind him for the 2-point conversion. Hand off, Levi Fitzenmeyer. He pulls forward, and it looks like he's in, yes. And the Tigers now up 36-6, 2:20 left, third quarter. Tigers answer in the third. Back in a moment.
Hi, this is State Farm Agent Dave Borgerding. I'd like to take a moment to thank the Clay Center community. September marks 3 years since I moved my family to become a State Farm Agent at Clay Center. My team and I have had a lot of success growing our agency, but more importantly, my wife and kids have made friends, and the kids attend great schools. So to everyone in the Clay Center community, whether you're a State Farm customer or not, I appreciate welcoming my family into this wonderful community. If you need a good neighbor, drop by my State Farm agency downtown or call 632-5642.
It's that time of year, time to clean up the yard, trim trees, overseed, and fertilize so your yard will rebound from a tough summer and look great next spring. Wall Street Value has rental equipment to help get it done, like dethatchers, core aerators, overseeders, and tillers. Wall Street Value also has grass seed and fertilizer, weed killer, and ground sterilizer to make your yard the best in the neighborhood. Stop in 7 days a week at Wall Street Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center.
Great drive for the Tigers, as Z put it. They doubled their time of possession on that possession alone, as they owned the football for over 5 minutes. 2:20 left third quarter, and it was an answer, Chet. The game's not in doubt, really, with Abilene scoring, but you may have a little doubt about what you're doing, and they came right back out and answered that.
I didn't want to come out in the second half and play like we were ahead 28-0. And Abilene came down, got a quick score, didn't get the PAT. Clay Center answers back and does get the PAT.
Levi Fitzenmeyer boots it down inside the 10-yard line. The return comes out across the 25, 30, and near the 35-yard line is where Abilene will take over this possession with the Tigers on top 36-6. Tigers lead 36-6. Have not had any other updates on scoring. I do know that Wamego led Concordia 14-0. That was a halftime score. 32-0. Wakefield leading in their matchup against Frankfurt. And then have not had any other scores come in other than the Hanover 62-0 win at halftime over Blue Valley.
Well, we'll definitely pay a lot of attention to that Concordia-Wamego game, and then tomorrow, the Marysville-Chapman game.
Exactly, yeah. Marysville hosting Chapman tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Here is a handoff to Whiteley, hit in the backfield, and then falls forward with Gavin Ware bringing him down. He does pick up about 3 or 4 on the first down carry. 2:03 to work. We're in the third. Tigers on top, 36-6. Play Center next week travels back into Dickinson County. They go to Chapman, and that'll be the first week of district play this year, and the last year that it will be a 3-game district schedule. Next year things change quite drastically in all reality.
It's going to take me a while to wrap my brain around that, just because we've been in the old system. So
I agree. Here's Castile from the gun. Ball fakes it. Now fires out right side. Has a receiver, but it's dropped. First mistake, really, I've seen Preston Boyd make tonight. He's been impressive. But he had that one really on his hands, and he didn't bring it in.
Yeah, those big guys like that, they kind of live on the quick slant, and that was like an extra wide, extra deep quick slant. But he couldn't pull it in. Tigers also got a good hit on him to help make sure he didn't catch that ball.
And for those hearing the beeps, those are our severe weather beeps. A severe thunderstorm watch in effect till 11 o'clock tonight. Right now, nothing in the KCLY community of concern. Really nothing as far as precipitation, but we're keeping an eye on things. Here's Castile. Pressure coming. Fires out. Has a receiver. That's the big tight end again. And this big guy, Tucker Robinson, rumbles his way to the 45 of Abilene, first and 10 on a third down conversion.
And he's been playing defensive end for him on the left side as well, and he's a pretty physical guy on defense. That time he was split out so wide, he was only about 2 feet inside the chalk line on this side, and he kind of did a slant from there, and then he jumped pretty high for the ball.
Garrett Craig, Gavin Ware were close to Castile when he was getting set to throw it. He was able to connect. Kind of throwing it up for grabs. Now he ball fakes the pass, carries through the middle, and he is hammered by Jonathan Kramer Rainbolt and Gavin Ware. It's a good gain on first down by Castile.
It was a good gain, but he paid for it at the end with that hit from Gavin Ware. Gavin Ware just took the top half of him and drilled him to the ground.
48 seconds to work. Castile over to the sideline to get the call. Now back to the huddle to make that call off his wristband, where the Tigers, all players, look to their band for the play call. Castile gets the call and delivers it in the huddle to his team. 31 seconds left, third quarter. Tigers on top by 30, 36-6 here at Abilene. Castile, 2 receivers to both sides. Hand off to Whiteley underneath, and he's upended and nose plants into the 40-yard line, but it is first and 10. 13 seconds remaining.
I'm pretty sure he's going to have some of that 45-yard line paint on his face mask there.
He was high in the air and came right down at the 45. It is third down and 3. I thought he had the first down yardage. And this is going to end the third quarter. Tigers on top as we head to the fourth. Tiger players and coaches with those 4 digits in the air headed to the final 12 minutes. The lead is 36-6 here in Abilene.
You may already know Angus is a breed of cattle known for producing beef with superior taste. But you may not know that only 3 in 10 Angus cattle meet the standards for certified Angus beef. Ray's Apple Market now offers the best of the best from the certified Angus beef brand, which comes from a network of family farmers in rural communities. Experience certified Angus beef, available at Ray's Apple Market. The marbling makes all the difference. From our family ranchers to your family table.
Place your order now for next spring's crops and save a bundle. Count on Crop Production Services of Clay Center for the best quality corn and soybean seed. Their proven brands include DeKalb, Asgrow, Dynagrow, Producers Hybrids, and LG. If you order now, you can take advantage of early cash and volume discounts, and they also have financing available. The agronomists at CPS stay current on the ever-changing field of seed technology, so they can provide well-informed advice to help increase your productivity.
Once again, back in Abilene, Tigers up 36-6, and again, we will continue to monitor the weather situation. We are seeing some cells kind of starting to build up west of the KCLY community, drifting toward maybe Cloud County at this time, and then there's some stuff down southwest of the KCLY community as well. We'll keep an eye on. There's a pass play out of the quarter break by the Cowboys. Castile was knocked down in the backfield as he let go of it, and it is going to be incomplete. 4th down and 3.
Tell you what, I think that would have been a complete pass if Caleb Mendham didn't have contact on that receiver at the perfect time. You know, he got his hands in there right between his hands. He was going to pull it down for about an 8-yard gain. That was a great defensive play by Caleb Mendham.
Just underway in the fourth quarter. Tigers again lead it 36-6. I had to pause to make sure he didn't have it. Yeah. Back. Abilene taking a long huddle here. 4th down and 3 yards to go. They are at the Tiger 46-yard line, place of the leading here, 36-6. Abilene comes up over the football. Castile from the gun. Tiger friends in front of us, making some noise. Castile's going to run it left side. He's got first down yardage. Banged hard as he gets out in the open field by Peyton Lane, but Castile able to take it to the Tigers' 37-yard line.
Castile's able to convert the first down, move the chains for the Cowboys. He's the only senior in that backfield for Abilene. He's got a couple of juniors with him back there, but he's got the big 2 tight ends. One of them is a senior as well.
Well, the decision to move this game up to 5, I think, is going to pay off for everyone involved. We are seeing some lightning off to the west of the stadium. That's quite a ways in the distance, and that's what we're seeing on radar as well. So I'm sure they're monitoring that very closely. 11.5 to go in the game. Tigers up 36-6.
I'm glad we went at 5. Some games went at 5:30.
Yeah, no kidding. Here's an end around and maybe an option pass. Garrett Craig had him for a second. Now the throw to the sideline. Pass is caught. Holden Heigl makes the tackle right on the sideline. All of that action, and they get maybe 3 yards out of it. But there was a lot going down. They nearly lost 15 when Garrett Craig got in the backfield. Holden Heigl made the tackle after a gain of 3.
It was a double reverse, first of all.
With an option pass.
Yeah, and then the last guy to get the ball tries pulling back to make a pass. He has pressure on from Garrett Craig. They do complete the pass for a 2-yard lead.
2nd down and 8. 10:45 remains here in this ball game. The Tigers lead at 36-6.
And we had our defensive end on pass coverage.
Castile, again from the gun, rolling right, passing off his right back foot, and it's going to be incomplete. Boyd, his target, Carter Lash, good defense down here. That'll stop the clock at 10:32 in the 4th, with the Tigers again leading by 30. Again, still no scores in from any of the area games outside of the scores we gave you earlier, so we'll continue to look at that. Tigers again lead at 36-6.
Well, the Tiger defensive backs have learned they have to be physical on these guys because they had the ball wrestled away from them a couple of times. So if a ball's going towards Boyd or towards Tucker Robinson, the 2 big, strong guys, Tigers have gotten a lot more physical with them in this second half.
And I do have an update on that Wamego-Concordia game. Wamego now leads it in the second half 14-6. So that will go likely right down to the wires. Whiteley, left side run. He breaks 1 tackle. And then he's going to be brought down on a 3rd down and 8. First down yardage to the Tigers' 23-yard line. Good run by Whiteley.
It was, and I couldn't see as he was breaking the tackles over there. Our view was obstructed, but he did get to move the chains. They reset the chains. He was tackled in bounds, so they restart the clock, and we're going to be nearing 10 minutes in this 4th quarter real soon.
Tigers lead by 30 here in Abilene. Castile with 3 backs behind him this time. Turns left, almost tackled as he hands it off, but he does get it away. And then the tackle's made by Jake Ferguson in the backfield. Big play by the sophomore shooting through.
Tell you what, Jake Ferguson has a lot of unassisted tackles this year. And you just see number 7 do a very good job of fundamental tackling. He wraps them up and drives them down. He did it that time.
Dominic Campbell, the ball carrier, and Castile was hit by Garrett Craig as he was handing it off. He did get it away, and then Jake Ferguson made the tackle. 2nd down, 8. Here's a pitch left for Whiteley. Turned back inside, and now hit and met by Gavin Seabold. And then 2 more Tigers come in to finish it off. Caleb Mindham on the play along with the Mad Hatter, Cody Carlson.
And it's a running play, way inbounds. The clock just keeps ticking. We're going to be nearing 9 minutes here, 3rd and about 5. 36-6, Tigers with the lead. 4th quarter action. Again, if weather does get to a point we need to take you to look at that, we will. It is starting to get near the KCLY community. Right now, it's a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect until 11 o'clock. We'll continue to monitor for you on KCLY. 8:55 left in this game. Tigers lead at 36-6. 3rd down 5 yards, or 3rd down 7 yards to go. Clay Center just wants that clock to tick.
Their best friend right now. Castile. Hand off, Whiteley bumps into the backfield off a tackle, and Dawson Humphrey makes the play, and then gets help from his friends Dylan Moon along with Cody Carlson again. and it brings up a 4th down on the Tigers' end of the field.
And number 7, Jake Ferguson, was in the middle of all that as well, helping the Abilene guy up off the ground after everybody else got up.
4th down 5. Football is at the Tigers 17. Abilene in possession. Tigers, though, lead it 36-6. We're nearing the 8-minute mark left in this game.
Abilene has a big conversion here just to keep the ball.
4th down 5. Yeah, football at the 17. 3 backs behind Castile, who goes under center. He turns left. It'll be a counter play, and a tackle is going to be made. Gavin Ware. It looks like first down yardage. Very, very close. Ant got a little touch on him in the backfield, but he was blocked as he was trying to make that play. And then Ware made the hard tackle. But it is 1st and 10 Abilene to the Tiger 12-yard line.
Abilene got just enough to live another day, right there. They extended another 4 plays anyway.
1st and 10 for Abilene at the Tiger 12. Play center up 36-6. Cowboys, same formation, tight formation. And now it's a handoff left. Whiteley is hitting the backfield to the loop. The ball comes loose, and the Tigers scoop it. Peyton Lane has it, and he may be gone to the 45-yard line of Abilene. Nobody's going to catch. Big play Lane. Touchdown Tigers. Touchdown. Play center Tigers. Peyton Lane takes it from the 12 on the Tigers end of the field. Dylan Moon forces the fumble, and Peyton Lane takes it home.
I about brought up his scoop and score. Was he a sophomore? When he did that
years ago. It was center, yeah.
And it was about
more midfield,
60 yards.
Yeah.
This he had a little longer run, but he pulled away.
88-yard touchdown return, the second scoop and score for your Tiger defense.
We've already given the stat of the game, but that's got to be in there somewhere as well. Peyton Lane, big on 2 big turnovers.
42-6 now the Tigers lead, and Cooper Glavin is in to run the play on the 2-point conversion try. Levi Fitzenmeyer behind him. Back to pass, and it's going to be picked off by the defensive end. That's Tucker Robinson. We mentioned that name a few times. But Peyton Lane, 88 yards on a scoop and score, fumble recovery. The Tigers lead it here in Abilene, 42-6.
It's a tough challenge for student athletes to balance academics and sports. It's only through focused determination and perseverance that they find success for themselves and their teammates. I'm Brett Hupka, and our team at Clay County National Bank is very proud to stand with the Clay Center Tigers, their coaches, and their families. Best wishes for an outstanding season to all the student athletes from Clay County National Bank, member FDIC.
If you're interested in taking college classes this semester, it's not too late at Cloud County Community College. Cloud County is now enrolling students in our fall 2017 second session classes. These 8-week courses begin October 18th and are offered online and face-to-face at our campus in Junction City. Financial assistance is available for those that qualify. Take advantage of Cloud County's affordable tuition, flexible scheduling, and small class sizes. Visit us online at cloud.edu to learn more about our second session classes. Cloud County, start here.
Welcome back to Abilene. A night of big plays for the Clay Center Tigers. Peyton Lane, 88 yards on a scoop and score, Chet. That's some fun stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful. And if anybody's always near the ball, it's number 18 coming in from that safety position. But that time he happened to be just in the right place. And, of course, if anybody's going to not mishandle the ball on a scoop and score, it's Peyton Lane, and then he just pulled away from everybody going down the sideline and not be caught. Again, it's Peyton Lane. Here's a kickoff from Fitzenmeyer, taken to the 10-yard line, a return to the middle, and now trying to go outside, and a tackle will be made around the 27-yard line. I want to take a look at our, let's go ahead and give the spotlight play of the game, the 5 Creek Automotive spotlight play of the game. 88 yards, scoop and score. Are you kidding me? It's got to be it, right? I think so. If we wouldn't have done that one, I'd have given it to him anyway for the first play of the game to set the tone for tonight.
Good point. No, that's a great point. But Abilene marching for the second time in the second half, and then you stop that with the hit by Dylan Noon that dislodged the football, and then Peyton Lane, 88 yards. The Fives Creek Automotive Spotlight Play of the Game. Peyton Lane taking it 88 yards on the scoop and score. Here's Castile back to pass across the middle. Ball tip, and it's taken away by Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson will take it back to the 33-yard line. The old tip drill, and the sophomore has his first Tiger INT.
I tell you what, that was a beautiful, beautiful defensive coverage back there by the Tigers, all of them. And Jake Ferguson happened to be in the right place and alert off the tip drill to pull in the interception.
Dare we say the Catalyst Signing Graphics catch of the game, our sophomore bringing it down?
Let's do it.
Jake Ferguson, Catalyst Signing Graphics catch of the game on the old tip drill, taking the INT away for the Tigers. Second pick of the game. They've also had 2 fumbles. Both of those fumbles were scoop and scores. 42-6, 7 minutes left. Tigers take over the football as Cooper Glavin under center. He'll hand off Levi Fitzenmeyer. Dodges a tackler. You say dodge a tackler. He's got 3 guys holding on to him, but he dodges the one guy that could have brought him down, and he gains 3 or 4 yards.
Well, it made perfect sense to me, but I'm here watching it. But, Levi Fitzenmeyer, he will run you over. He will just run, and you can't pull him down. But he's got a little sidestep he does all the time that gains him 3 or 4 yards, and that's exactly what happened that time.
I thought Myron made a great point at Wamego. He said he's really learned to read. His vision's gotten so much better, and that's kind of what you're alluding to there.
Exactly.
42-6, Tigers second down 7 with 6:20 to work. By the way, we've got our Hundley's Big Hitter Award coming, and we've already decided that one. We'll announce it after this play. Here's Cooper Glavin, pitch out left side. This is Caleb Minden, and he's in open field. He breaks off a tackle to the 10, to the 5, to the pylon. Touchdown, Tigers! Touchdown, Play Center Tigers. Caleb Minden takes it in again, and the Tigers go up 48-6.
I tell you what, I don't know how Caleb Minden stayed in bounds. He broke some tackles. He made a great read. He made a great cut, and then he cut again. But I thought he was going to get knocked out of bounds. I mean, he was literally going down the tightrope of the sidelines there, and there was a defender there to knock him out of bounds, but he never did hit the ground. He went into the end zone.
48-6. Minden finds the end zone for the second time tonight, and the Tigers will bring Connor Last on for the extra point try. Cooper Glavin is the holder. The snap is there. The hold is down. The kick is no good. Tigers, though, with 6:03 to work, they lead it 48-6 here in Abilene. Stay with us. Tiger football continues next.
At Homestead Real Estate, we have a team of agents with extensive knowledge and experience in buying and selling real estate. Our agents will work hard for you whether we are marketing your property or helping you look for the right home, commercial building, farm, or recreational property. Our agents can help you with properties in the area, whether listed by our agency, another agency, or a for sale by owner. Find information at cchomesteadrealestate.com. Homestead Real Estate, founded by local people, invested in our community, and proud supporters of the Clay Center Tigers.
Gutters are necessary for the protection of your home, and quality seamless guttering is the most efficient. At B&D Seamless Gutters, you'll have your choice of colors, and they can even match the color to your siding in residential or commercial settings. 7, 8, and 6-inch half-round commercial guttering is also available. Add value and style to your home or building with new gutters. Talk to Brian Moon and have them install leaf screens or solid gutter covers. Call B&D Seamless Gutters for a free estimate. 632-0696.
Tigers rolling on a football Friday. They lead it now 48-6 with 6:03 to go in this football game. Caleb Minden takes it in from 30 yards out after the Jake Ferguson INT.
I tell you what, it's an evening of big plays on both sides of the ball all night long. Just big play after big play after big play. That translated into very little time of possession, which made a weird stat. But the other thing is, we have only out-offensed them in yardage 274 to 228, 200, yeah. I mean, but, it's just the big plays.
Kickoff return taken to the middle of the field. Holden Heigl's going to make the open field tackle. And Abilene will start from inside their own 30-yard line.
I called it out-offense them, for lack of a better term. Clay Center has 0 yards passing. Abilene has 103, I believe. But, 274 yards rushing for the Tigers. But there's so much more than that in this game.
And I'm going to go back to that tackle I called 67. I think that was 63, Caden Kramer, who made the tackles to the Tigers on the special teams play. Just under 6 to work, 48-6. Tigers lead it here over Abilene. Last check, it was Wamego 14-6 over Concordia, second half action. The only other NCKL game being played tonight, that's because Chapman-Marysville will play tomorrow at 3. Time out on the field. We'll break here as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
In this risky market, does your farm have the protection it needs? Farmers Union Insurance is committed to providing our farm families with complete insurance solutions for every operation, large or small. We have products to cover everything from crops to combines, homes to barns, autos to auto steer and your tractors. Our products will help manage your risk and keep you protected from the unknown. Give me, Jim Gearhan, a call at 632-3264 or stop by our office at 426 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Clay Center. We are proud to support the Tiger Athletics.
48-6. I wanted to get back here to the field. 5:57 left to work. Tigers on top big, 48-6. I want to give away the Hunley's Garage Big Hitter Award, really times 2 for Dylan Moon tonight. 1 in the first half, 1 in the second half.
Absolutely. And he's played a great game. He's been in there a lot of other times, but 2 times were noticeable, and they were at pivotal points of the game. And I'll let you go ahead with this.
Tigers on defense here as Abilene has it. It's Castile, pitch out left side. Campbell the carry. 2 defenders swamp him outside. Cody Carlson helped finish it off with Caleb Mendham on the play, and also Trevin Shirley in there from the outside. Back to the Hunley's Garage Big Hitter Award. Dylan Moon in the first half made a hit in the backfield. We thought forced a fumble. They didn't call it. It said he was down.
Right.
And then the second half, he was the guy that forced the fumble that Garrett Craig, or that Peyton Lane took 88 yards on the scoop and score.
And we were already wanting to give it to him for that first one. It was a pivotal third down play that dropped him for a loss.
Hunley's Garage Big Hitter Award, Dylan Moon. Here's a carry up the middle for Abilene. And it will get across, it looks like first down yardage across the 40. Tigers lead it, though, with 5:13 to work, 48-6. Luke Koppas taking the field inside. Also to the defensive backfield goes Aaron Jones for the Tigers. So Clay Center getting a chance to get Ethan Straub out there at a cornerback position. Dawson Humphrey, who's seen it, linebacker, in there as well. Getting a chance for a Friday night lights for some of these guys coming in off the sideline. Fun to see them get a chance to play here at Abilene. Here's Castile, the handoff. A run to the far side of the field, and the Tigers stand up nicely. That is Dalton Brumfield in on the play. You also see Tillman's partner, who led the charge that time on the right side of the defensive line. Reed Knitter, defensive ends on the left side for Clay Center. Tillman Hartner, we mentioned, in there as well. Luke Koppas on the front row. Jake Ferguson in at safety. Here's a handoff to the middle again. Reed Knitter with the tackle, and then it's stripped away. The ball is loose. Tigers scrambling, and we'll see who comes up with it. Abilene does get it back, but that was stripped away by Dalton Brumfield. And now the Tigers had it before Abilene picked it up. It is Clay Center's football. Wow. Brumfield called it. I saw him pointing, and then the official did the same. Another forced turnover for the Tigers. That's just the old strip drill by Brumfield that time.
It really was. The running back for Abilene, was not wanting to go down, not wanting to die. And as there were several Tigers on there, they just pulled that ball out, landed on the field. Tigers recovered.
4:11 left to work, 48-6. Tigers have the football back. They will take it over at the Abilene 48-yard line. And we're going to see Blake Frederick come in at quarterback for the Tigers. Been running JV games past several weeks, and now a chance to get on the varsity field here in Abilene. Blake Frederick at quarterback. Dawson Humphrey is back behind him. Ethan Straub out wide to the left side for the Tigers, and then tight right is Reed Knitter. Tigers trying to get the right personnel on the field, and they have to burn a timeout. They will. 4:11 to work. Fourth quarter. Tigers up big. 48-6 here in Cowtown.
It's a tough challenge for student athletes to balance academics and sports. It's only through focused determination and perseverance that they find success for themselves and their teammates. I'm Brad Hupka, and our team at Clay County National Bank is very proud to stand with the Clay Center Tigers, their coaches, and their families. Best wishes for an outstanding season to all the student athletes from Clay County National Bank, member FDIC.
If you're interested in taking college classes this semester, it's not too late at Cloud County Community College. Cloud County is now enrolling students in our fall 2017 second session classes. These 8-week courses begin October 18th and are offered online and face-to-face at our campus in Junction City. Financial assistance is available for those that qualify. Take advantage of Cloud County's affordable tuition, flexible scheduling, and small class sizes. Visit us online at cloud.edu to learn more about our second session classes. Cloud County, start here.
At Homestead Real Estate, we have a team of agents with extensive knowledge and experience in buying and selling real estate. Our agents will work hard for you whether we are marketing your property or helping you look for the right home, commercial building, farm, or recreational property. Our agents can help you with properties in the area, whether listed by our agency, another agency, or a for sale by owner. Find information at cchomesteadrealestate.com. Homestead Real Estate, founded by local people invested in our community and proud supporters of the Clay Center Tigers.
Gutters are necessary for the protection of your home, and quality seamless guttering is the most efficient. At B&D Seamless Gutters, you'll have your choice of colors, and they can even match the color to your siding in residential or commercial settings. 7, 8, and 6-inch half-round commercial guttering is also available. Add value and style to your home or building with new gutters. Talk to Brian Moon and have them install leaf screens or solid gutter covers. Call B&D Seamless Gutters for a free estimate. 632-0696.
If you're interested in taking college classes this semester, it's not too late at Cloud County Community College. Cloud County is now enrolling students in our fall 2017 second session classes. These 8-week courses begin October 18th and are offered online and face-to-face at our campus in Junction City. Financial assistance is available for those that qualify. Take advantage of Cloud County's affordable tuition, flexible scheduling, and small class sizes. Visit us online at cloud.edu to learn more about our second session classes. Cloud County, start here.
Clay Center Tiger football on KCLY is brought to you in part by Wilbur Ellis Reseed and Feed, Union State Bank, TSI Kansas Incorporated Clay Center, by Central Valley Ag, Walsh Value Appliance and Lumber, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center at Manhattan, Crop Production Service of Clay Center, by Twin Valley, Midwest Regional Agency Jim Gearham, Subway of Clay Center, and Bud's Tire Service.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties and are unable to reach the crew out at the football game. We will continue to try to contact them and come back with more Tiger football on KCLY 100.9 as soon as we can.
It's a tough challenge for student athletes to balance academics and sports. It's only through focused determination and perseverance that they find success for themselves and their teammates. I'm Brad Hupka, and our team at Clay County National Bank is very proud to stand with the Clay Center Tigers, their coaches, and their families. Best wishes for an outstanding season to all the student athletes from Clay County National Bank, member FDIC.
Well, a dropped hookup with the station, but we are back now. Second down, 6 to go for Abilene. They were able to force a fumble and take the football over. Tigers still lead at 48-6. We're down to 2:10 left in this ball game. Cowboys, handoff underneath. Tackle's going to be made by Luke Pappas. It will be a gain of 2 or maybe 3. They're in a rain delay in the Concordia-Wamego matchup. So they are in the second half. The reason we haven't had an update on that score, Concordia-Wamego, is they're in a rain delay.
Wow, they're getting it up there. I thought maybe they'd get it a little later.
No, it's been moving from the west nearer the KCLY community than it has south thus far, but it looks like it's pretty imminent across the entire area. Minute 30 left here. Tigers on top and on their way to their 4th victory of the season. As mentioned, 3-1 they'll go to in the NCKL. Short yardage carry will pick up first down yardage, it looks like. Aaron Jones in there to help out the interior after the first hit put on by Dawson Humphrey, and also on the play was Caden Kramer.
Well, at this point, everybody in the stadium wants the clock to expire, and everybody wants to get home safely.
And it is a minute 15, all that's remaining in this game. So the Tigers leading 48-6, short time on the clock. Cowboys hand off to the left side. Turned in and then tripped up on the outside. Jake Ferguson with the tackle. And Dawson Humphrey in there as well to help out. Gunny Mullen might have had a play in there as well. Damian Taylor in a linebacking position now for the Tigers. Also, Matthew Leitsker comes onto the field. We're down to 44 seconds remaining here in this ball game. The Tigers are going to get Abilene for the first time since 2012. And get them, did they ever? Yes, 48-6.
This should be the final snap.
28 seconds remaining. Tiger fans on their feet, knowing they've got this one in hand, and that will likely be the final snap of the game. Well, it's a first down carry, so it does stop the clock at 19 seconds.
They'll move the chains and restart it.
Abilene may get one more snap off. We'll see Damian Swartz out onto the field, along with Blake Frederick, who was in at quarterback a moment ago, now in defensively at corner. Clock ticking at 10 seconds. We'll see if Abilene gets one away. Down to 8. Down to 7. They will snap it one last time. Handoff through the middle. And the Tigers do a good job to bring down the ball carrier. Finished off by Braden Gorman. And that'll do it. The Tigers a 48-6 win here on the road against the Abilene Cowboys. Now 4-2 on the season. They have improved to 3-1 in the NCKL. 48-6 your final. Stay tuned. Postgame coming up next.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hasselmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Back on postgame, the Clay Center Tigers do get it done tonight. 48-6 is your final. The Tigers win it and now find themselves with a 4-win season on their hands heading into the postseason. District play next week, 3-1 in the NCKL. Postgame being brought to you by B&D Seamless Gutters, Homestead Real Estate, Clay Center, Slate County National Bank, and Cloud County Community College. Rocky Downing along with our studio engineer, Bernie Fancella. We have Zach Elzinga, Randy Chet Carlson with us here tonight. Chet, an impressive win is an understatement, but that's a good way to start anything.
Well, when this score goes out, people are going to notice it. Yeah. You know, they're going to go, oh, wow. Like I said, you know, we had one of your friends asked me in Manhattan the other day, one of your broadcasting friends, he said, what was the deal with that Marysville score? I said, well, there were a lot of turnovers, and there's a lot of parity in the NCKL. But Clay Center they made a statement tonight.
And they did it defensively. Yep. Scoring twice, scooping scores. Garrett Craig, defensive lineman, gets to go to the end zone. And Peyton Lane with the 88-yard scoop and score return. Caleb Minden found the zone. Has the ball at the Wamego 37-yard line. A minute 25. Now they got to wait for Lightning to finish this football game.
Wow.
14-6.
And I think every time at Lightning's you have to wait 30 minutes.
Exactly right.
So that'll be an interesting finale if they get it tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe a comeback game sometime again. Tigers win 48-6. We're going to wrap it up here so we can try to beat the Storms that look like they're on their way into the KCLY community. And we will have severe weather coverage on the air coming out as soon as we close down the broadcast. For our studio engineer, Bernie Fancella, Chet Carlson, C-Dog Elzinga, this is Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your Football Friday.